Hey, Buckhorn listeners, you know we're always on the hunt for the next great pour. We found that with 2BitchBourbon, this small batch handcrafted whiskey is everything you want in a bourbon. Smooth, rich, and full of character. Whether you're sipping neat or mixing a cocktail, 2BitchBourbon delivers every time.
And we've got a special deal just for you. Head over to twobitchspirits.com, and when you use promo code Buckhorn25 at checkout, you'll get $25 off orders of $100 or more.
Plus, if your order hits $149, they'll even throw in free shipping. That's right, $25 off and free shipping. It's the perfect time to stock up and taste what all the buzz is about.
So don't wait. Grab your bottle of 2BitchBourbon today. Go to twobitchspirits.com. Use promo code Buckhorn25 for your $25 off and free shipping over orders of $149 or more. This is not going to fucking work. The whole damn thing is an ad.
Yeah.
So, hey, head over to 2BitchBourbon today. Use Buckhorn25.
2-Bitch Spirits.
You search 2BitchBourbon on Google. Hit the link. Go to the thing. Put in the promo code. Cheers.
All right. Good enough.
Love you guys.
Hi.
Cheers, guys.
Hate you guys.
Shalancha.
Ropes.
Cilantro.
Skull. Something.
Cheers.
That's the thing.
There you go. Do the stuff. Get your 2-Bitch today.
Yeah.
Things and also stuff.
Let's start the show.
Flows like a river wide. Martelle, Mike, and Randy by my side. Buckhorn tails wild as the night. Pour another glass, let's take that ride.
Welcome to the Buckhorn Podcast. I am Martelle, and with me always is Mike and Randy at the Mac Shack. What's up, guys?
If you are down with OPP, you've come to the right place.
You know me.
Orchard Park Police.
So we're continuing our bottles that were sent to us from listener Derek.
It's old Purdy Bastard.
I listened to ODB the whole way out here.
Did you?
Oh,
Nice.
I come in jamming to shimmy shimmy.
I started driving. I was like, the radio's on auxiliary, but it takes one of those like auxiliary cords, and my phone don't have an output. So I was like, I want to hear the radio, but I couldn't see the tiny buttons because it's like a early 2000s Panasonic. And I reached up and almost went off the road because the steering shifted. I was like, so no radio.
No radio for you. All right, so I think Mike and we've never done it on the show. Mike and I.
Oh.
We've never done it on the show, but we have had, is it
Deschutes.
Deschutes.
Yeah.
Deschutes, Black Butte,
Porter.
I've had the shoots.
Yeah.
Black Butte, Black Butt Porter.
After
Butte.
Taco Bell.
Well, one day I talk about for lunch and White
Yeah.
House for dinner.
Yeah.
So this
One
is...
time I ate 12 Fiber One bars.
Had
the
I
shoots
remember
for
that.
3
That
days.
was a mistake on your part.
It was a mistake on my colon's part.
That too. So this is a whiskey. This is a malt whiskey. This isn't a bourbon. It's a malt whiskey that is made.
It's OE. Aged in oak barrels.
It's that. But it's made with basically the dredges of the bottom of the.
No, it's made with what they. So when they make Black Butte,
Yeah.
it's the same liquid that's been fermented and distilled.
Yeah.
That's it. They go to, instead of making the beer, they're making the whiskey.
Yeah. I just said it
on the edge.
I just called it the dredges of the of the
Mainly 'cause
the
I'm
product. So this I didn't look at any of these bottles. Like I looked at that's a
Well, yeah, you had to spend
barrel.
4 days chiseling them out.
Yeah. But after I got them out of the box, I didn't look at what they actually were. I just read the name of what they were and
then just
didn't look anything up because I didn't want to.
Because you knew Mike would.
Well, no, I just wanted it to be a surprise for all of us at the same time.
Surprise!
I hate
on what it
surprises.
was. I do too.
I'm kidding.
But I was gonna. I didn't mention it on the previous show, but I was gonna bring the box in and just do the opening here, and I'm glad I didn't
Thank God.
because there'd be
That would have been a
packing
show.
foam everywhere.
First episode's just getting the product out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is 94 proof, or not 94 proof, 94%. 94 proof. 94 proof.
94%. We're drinking.
Yeah, 94 proof.
I need fuel to get home, so throw it in the tank.
She's right
Dump this.
in there.
94 proof. We already said it. You know, it's made from the same product that the porter's made from. It's not a bourbon. It's a whiskey, just because it hasn't been aged as long, when it's not 51% corn. It's a malt whiskey.
Yep.
Made from grains.
It's BBW.
So
Black Butt Whiskey.
47%. It's Cradle Lake Spirits has joined forces with Deschutes Brewery to create this unique whiskey from Black Butte Porter. Though it may hail from Oregon, Black Butte whiskey is not your simple Western cowboy whiskey. It's a sipper, not a shooter. An inspiration in a bottle. Given its dual origins, it deserves its own place in the liquor cabinet. Aged in new No. 4 char American oak barrels, the resulting whiskey retains malty, chocolatey notes of Black Butte Porter and gains woody, earthy flavors from the oak.
Good bottle pop.
Good bottle pop.
That was a good one.
Not a terrible.
I'm a shooter too, by the way.
So I don't know where you got your review at, but here's the review that I got from Whiskey Wash.
It wasn't even a review. It was just a description.
Just a description. Well, I'm going to call that a review. So the description I got is 94 proof, aged 3 years in No. 4 charred oak American oak barrels. $85 for a 750 milliliter bottle, available at Deschutes and at Cedar Lake Spirits tasting rooms. Now, here's where things get kind of weird. Appearance: roasted butternut squash, candied ginger, lighter than I thought something with a porter in its history would possess. Appearance.
That's
the appearance.
Yeah, that's extremely weirdly detailed.
That's quite an
here's
appearance.
my review of the appearance. Brown.
Yeah. She brown.
So pour it up. Now they do give a nose. So the appearance was that. The nose is
amber.
It looks
Ew, that's my cousin.
looks like whiskey. Don't really drink beer, but sometimes I smell my boyfriend. Friend's beer. The S is there's a huge space between boyfriend and S. So boyfriend.
It smells
Beer,
like
when he orders one, it's definitely rich chocolate porter nose. This is engaging as all get out, to be honest. Based on the nose, it evokes the best, deepest, darkest chocolates of birthday cake, like Black Forest cake, because there is a little cherry, but it's more of rolling around in cherry ganache.
cherry gash.
Ooh, take that. Also roasted hazelnut. Down with that. People give me shit for reading, and I'm reading it word for word.
All I just heard was, it reeks of my alcoholic boyfriend in our called-off engagement.
I mean, I didn't have black cherry cake at my engagement, but fine.
I do get the cake.
I get kind of a chocolate cake. I don't know so much like a chocolate ganache.
No, it's
like
more,
ganache is very sweet.
It is kind of Black Foresty.
But it is very Black Foresty.
Like the ham.
No, more like the cake.
Black
more
Forest
like the
ham.
cake. A little bit of dark chocolate.
Look, I haven't eaten today, guys. I'm just.
Well, cake should come through more than the ham would. That's just weird.
You said Black Forest. I thought ham. The cake's for dessert. It's okay. I'm not smelling the ham. I just want it.
I don't know that I would drink a whiskey if I put it to my nose and went, "This smells like ham."
I'm not saying it smells like ham. I'm just saying,
everybody.
I'm hungry. That's all. Smells like ham water.
This needs mustard.
It's like spam water.
Just rim the glass
Spam
with
jelly.
mustard.
That little glob in the can.
That's so fucking disgusting.
Spam's good.
Spam is not.
Fried spam?
Nope.
Dude, I'll eat
Fried spam is tasty.
No.
I will eat fried spam.
I won't eat fried bologna either. So.
Oh, you freaking commie.
I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with being a communist.
Cheese and mustard.
Oh,
fuck yes.
I mean, at some point I am moving out of the United States, so to Cuba. No. Because they got cars from the 1950s.
And some of them run.
And all of them run.
Most of them do.
Not some of them.
They all have 64
All of
horsepower Honda engines in them, but they run.
They made do with what they had. The fan belt may be an intestines from a cat, but it still runs. Just saying. So
sucks when you got to decide whether getting your car running or dinner.
Why not both?
Smells like Chinese food.
Ooh.
Why not both?
I'm in. It's like the diesels that burn, they'll use fire oil.
Yeah.
Good.
Uh-oh. There we go.
Oh, that's kind of smooth. It's almost like
That's unique in a good way.
no, it's got that portery smoothness to it with a little bit of that whiskey.
I still
Oh,
get
yeah,
I
that's
get
real smooth.
I
like-
get a dark chocolate, like a
Yeah.
quality chocolate taste, not a
It's like a confectionery, like baker's chocolate
like Godiva.
and cherry. That's where the ganache comes in. That doesn't come in.
What are those little chocolates that chocolate covered cherries, basically the fancy ones?
Oh, yeah.
Ferrero
cordials?
Rocher. Or,
Oh, the Ferrero Rocher is that hazelnut.
That's
yeah,
hazelnut.
but that kind of chocolate.
But no, that I actually kind of get that.
Yeah.
That kind of chocolate though, with like a dark cherry, is kind of what I'm getting.
I definitely get some fruit notes, but I also get nut and hazelnut.
There's a. I don't know that I would.
There's like a plum taste to it.
I don't know that I would say it's hazel, but it's very
No,
much,
not hazel at all. I'm getting that kind of chocolate though.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm saying there's the chocolate. I'm getting like a dark fruit, like a cherry.
That's
like
what I said. A dark
yeah.
cherry, and I'm getting something else
or
though.
a chocolate covered raisin.
Apricot.
I'm not getting apricot.
I don't know what an apricot tastes like. I just like saying apricot. I don't think I've ever had an apricot.
Okay.
I'm getting
Little
dark cherry. Coffee?
Little bit, yeah, like not. I get
Not coffee,
Coffee
like
ground.
Like a mocha.
espresso coffee.
like a coffee grounds
Yeah.
type of like an
Espresso?
espresso bean.
Yeah.
Espresso bean. Chocolate covered espresso bean.
Did you specifically mean to say that?
No,
Yes.
Atlantically.
Atlantically? Indian Oceanly.
Espresso.
Tastes like curry.
Oh, curry's good.
Love curry.
God, like a
Curry's good going in.
goat, like a goat curry.
No,
Oh
it's,
no,
it's good all the way around.
yeah. I ate
think
a
I've only had it
shitload of
once.
sauerkraut before I came out here.
That's exciting.
You're a Nazi. Makes sense.
I am German.
You like German vehicles? Mm-hmm. Makes
They
sense.
run better.
Says the guy who's had a Toyota for about 84 years.
I also have an Audi.
Yeah. Toyotas last longer than your Audis, though. Your daughter has an Audi. Let's be real.
It's in my name.
Yeah.
I do like the wagon, though. I'm not going to
Yeah.
lie.
So-
That's
so-
sweet.
So Lexi got creeped out the other day. So she was going to
In her rich car?
yes, she was going to Raising Cane's the other night.
On purpose?
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, fair enough. My kids are weird, too.
I don't fucking like it, but whatever. So after
There's worse.
After the football game, they were going to Raising Cane's, and she pulls up
Peer pressure.
in the Audi,
Right? As she
and
would.
with some friends. So there were two other Audis parked out in the parking lot, like some bright yellow fucking S4.
R8.
No, and she
An R8 at Raising Cane's.
no, she and there's something else. She goes, but she pulls up and she goes, they weren't much. The guys weren't much older than I am. Like they may have graduated last year, so they're like 18.
So they have rich parents, too.
So they were waiting, like they were standing by the cars, and she's like, they're just staring at me as I pull in. Now, the A4 wagon is not a common car. Like it's not something you see
No.
every day. And
You don't see many Audi wagons.
no,
No.
and I bought it on purpose. Like I bought it because I mean
don't see 'em.
I slightly overpaid for it, but
If you don't see them all the
you
time.
don't see them all the time.
you're
It
gonna-
was worth it.
But it's like our Grand Cherokee.
Yeah.
You buy a run-of-the-mill 5.7 liter Grand Cherokee, or 5.2 liter, it's like a $1,500 vehicle.
yeah,
Ours, those things are selling still in our condition for like $5,000 to $7,000, and we got less than that. But
Right.
it's rare.
it's
you
it's,
don't
it's-
see the wagons.
It's a rare. It's you see, you don't. Yeah. So, but then after she got out of the car, the guys were just like, kind of like looked at her and like gave her this weird look, and she's like, I don't. She goes, I was kind of creeped out. She's like, they were really watching. I'm like, it wasn't you.
It wasn't
the car.
It was.
I said
it was
they were-
the car,
I said
and
it
then
was-
you
it
got
was-
out of it.
Yeah, that's what I said. I said but it was the car pulling in. I said, and then it was you getting out, and they were like, huh? I said it broke their
Okay.
mind.
Yeah,
So
it
next
was
time-
like if you would have had like a grease smear on your face or something, that they
Next
would have
time-
just passed out.
Yeah.
Teacher, say next time you do that, look right at them, put on your shades, and go more than you can afford, pal.
Just-
Wagon.
I said you need to learn more about your car, so when you walk by, be like, 300 horsepower, fucking turbo 4-cylinder. What you got?
Don't even do that. Don't tell them how much horsepower. They don't know if it's modified.
Well.
Say you want to run them.
Well, she doesn't know how to drive that like that.
Yet.
Yet.
Where are you going wrong parenting? My kid's out there racing a go-kart already. He's 10.
I know my daughter, and I don't want her out there racing.
That's fair. That's the thing with Huck. Like, Huck will not push.
Well, that's the
limits.
thing. Yeah,
Like when he
knows
took
his daughter, so like if she starts to lose, she's gonna like.
So he wanted to paint it because we bought it.
She's gonna bump him and spin him off the road.
Yeah, we're not.
maneuver
Well, no,
him.
that's Harley.
Yeah,
We're not even
Oh.
getting into that shit. She's
No,
feral
she
as
needs a
shit.
Mad Max vehicle.
That child put us into a fucking tree in a golf cart the other day. I didn't tell you guys that. So
No, but this sounds like a great story.
So
Carry on.
we were at Quinn's
My wayward
Invitational,
son.
the Messing Invitational, or Musing Invitational.
Good guy.
And Quinn's a great guy. I told him, we'll get in contact.
welcome.
Have him out here on the show. And I did the photography for the show for his golf outing last year, and I've done it again this year.
Great pictures, by the way.
Thank you. I texted him the other night and told him that here's some other shit to add to your golf outing, like instead of because he does some weird shit at his golf outing. Like
That's
which is
super
perfect,
exciting.
Which is I love it.
Oh yeah, that's
like
what
he
makes it
has
fun.
like
more
it's-
fun.
Like the first hole number 1, everything's donation based. So it's like donate, $5, chug a beer, get the tee off at the gold tees instead of the white tees. So you're like you get
Right off the rip, you're just
20
like,
fucking yard,
Right.
30 yard, 50 yard difference depending on the hole. So you get like this advantage if you donate, $20 to chug a beer. One of the holes is like you wear a hat. Like you have to tee off with a hat, or you have to Happy Gilmore. I said next year, every team gets their set of rules. Different set of rules for every team. So like one team would get like, if you hit a tree, you have to fucking do a shot. Everybody on the team has to do a shot if one person hits a tree. One person gets in a sand bunker, everybody has to do a fucking shot. If one person hits the water, everybody does a shot.
Now, if you go in the sand bunker, you gotta drink like a fucking fruity
Well, I'm
drink,
just
like a
saying,
Mai
like-
Tai or.
I'm just saying, like, just have a rule.
White
Yeah.
Claws.
Yeah.
Have White
have a
Claws
rule
ready.
that you can sustain, for the entirety of the course.
So you
for
should just put a
everybody.
cooler of White Claws by each trap. Like,
Well, no, it's not. It's because it's team based. So it doesn't
Oh,
matter.
so
So,
each team- okay.
So if all fucking 18 holes, if one person hits
so like
a tree,
one team would be trees, one team would be water. One
Yeah.
team,
Yeah.
okay.
So-
I was saying because I would get messed up real
Oh no,
quick.
one team. So if someone hits a tree every fucking hole on 18, the entire team has to do
They're
a shot.
going to have alcohol poisoning.
Yeah.
Basically. So I'm like just said did it, but I haven't heard back on that yet. But I told him hey, come on the show. So I let Harley drive. Harley went with me last year. She helped me like do some photography. So I took an extra camera this year and let her carry that camera, and I let her drive the golf cart. I made the mistake of having her go a different way that I would have gone, and we were going up a hill.
Oh, jeez.
Off course. I said, we're going to go up the hill and turn. And I'm like, nope. We got up to the top of the hill.
I picture it turning halfway and like rolling it.
Nope. We got halfway up the hill. And I'm like, just keep going. Like, we're moving. I started like,
You're right.
we hit the golf path and the whole thing hooked and fucking spun out. And we went back down the hill and hit a fucking tree. The cart was not in a good place.
No, it was in a tree.
Well, it
Wrapped
wasn't
around a tree.
It wasn't wrapped around a tree. No physical damage, but the alignment was fucked up. The wheels splayed out.
That's
Tire
No,
off.
it's a Volkswagen thing.
Still drivable.
Goes-
And Quinn saw it, and he's like, and I drove down there. I'm like, hey, just a heads up, we hit a tree. The cart's fucked up.
I don't know if you've noticed, but that ain't right.
I'm like, it's fucked up.
You could have been on one of those Instagrams. How fucked up is fucked up? That's pretty fucked
That's
up.
pretty fucked up. And I said, it's fucked up. Let me know, whatever. He's like, don't worry about it. Fuck them. We'll take care of it later if we even mention it. I'm like, cool.
All right.
So when Harley gets her license, she's like, I won. And I'm like, you're getting slow.
Yeah.
You're getting a 1994 Dodge Caravan.
I'm like, you're getting a 1991
4-cylinder.
Plymouth Sundance.
You're getting a 1985 Ford Tempo.
She's like, I want a Jeep. I'm like, you're getting a 75 YJ Wrangler.
Have you ever heard of a Pontiac 6000? Hear me out.
Because you're not getting. She's like, I can drive just fine. I'm like, you put us in a tree.
You're getting an 89 Buick Skylark.
Yeah, you're getting.
Ooh.
You're
That's
getting.
when they got gross.
Yeah. No. Well, we had one. Yes.
Skylark used to be a proud name.
I had subs in it too.
Used to be like a muscle car, and then they went the way of.
You're getting a Saturn Ion.
All the '80s cars went.
Give me an SC2.
all '80s cars went the name of Roadrunner.
Not all, but yes. Say not all '80s cars, but a lot.
Charger. Eee.
The Nova.
Ooh, Chevelle.
We had a
never came back.
Pinto, olive green Pinto.
Well, that thing. I'm surprised it didn't catch fire.
It's probably still running.
Yeah.
It's in somebody's garage right now. I guarantee it.
It's a barn find.
$14,000. It can be yours. Doesn't run, but it did when it was parked.
Yeah.
32 years ago.
Yeah.
That's right. So, all right. So
Tissue paper separating the gas tank from the rest of the car.
you'll be fine.
It's okay.
No spontaneous combustions. The Black Butte.
Don't back into a tree.
This is great. I like this a lot.
I like it.
this. Yeah, I'm a fan. It's different.
As a beer fan, this like crosses the bridge nicely for me.
They did a really good job on it.
Yeah, it's. This
Cheers
is one that
myself.
you can just have and not be afraid to grab any time.
It's definitely something to
Just
keep
a
on the
solid
shelf.
pour.
I feel like that would make an excellent old fashioned. Like the chocolate notes with the cherry and the orange.
with a
would
chocolate bitters.
Yeah, that would be excellent.
Or a walnut bitters.
Butters.
I just pictured you stirring in some Nutella.
Yeah.
Hazelnut butters.
That's hazelnut. I was thinking more South Park.
Yeah.
All these nuts.
Butters.
But yeah, I think
Butters.
that would be
Yeah.
a solid old
I think make it
fashioned
great,
whiskey.
especially with the chocolate bitters.
Yeah, with the chocolate bitters and an orange. Chocolate and orange bitters. Both.
Do it all.
I mean, just do
And one of those
It is
cherries from Trader Joe's.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Yeah,
like it's.
I think that would be good.
It's an all around great whiskey just to
3.5.
sitting on the shelf. Yeah,
Yeah, 3.5.
I was just
Cost,
saying,
or if we
I'm
can
at
get
a
it.
3, and it's. I don't know that the.
No, I gotta give it a 3. I gotta stay fair to our last episode.
No, you're fine.
9.
Let's see. Palate. Oh yes, chocolate cherry chew. I don't know what a chocolate cherry chew is. Follows through the palate too. The whiskey provides the best part of the beer without the bloat. The flavor of a fully dark plump cherry with the height of the season with an overlay of complex, well-made chocolate. Who the fuck wrote this shit?
Same people who write wine reviews.
God damn. You get a dessertiness without feeling too full. I didn't get that.
$75.
Okay.
That's I would buy that.
Oh no, here we go. It's well balanced, not veering too far from either the beer or the whiskey side. It toes the line quite nicely. This is a whiskey that transcends seasons. You could drink it on the porch or in front of a fire.
Agreed.
So I
I'm
agree
giving
with
it a
that.
3. I'm at a 3 on it.
I'm at a
Get
3.5.
If you can get
Yeah,
this, get
three
it.
and a half. I'm good with 3.5.
I'm 3.5 on this.
For $75, I would buy this.
I would buy this,
Yeah.
and I've had to adjust my.
Or what I say? I said 3.5 before, didn't I?
Yeah.
You said
I'm sticking with it. Sorry.
You said 3.5 before or 3.
Yeah.
First one was 3.5. Yeah.
So
So we're all
I'm
3.5 on this.
I'm with this. Like I like it. I'm almost certain it's not available here.
It's a good one. I think this is one we revisit on an old fashioned show again.
We can.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I'd say let this aerate a little and
yeah, that
save
it
that.
does
That's
need
Or
to
like
sit
later, whatever.
or as soon as we turn off the
Yeah.
recording and
potentially.
bottle kill,
We definitely need to revisit it.
and then I get to drive home.
No.
No, I would not do
Immediately
that.
drive home. Yes.
I would not do that.
Oh yeah, you would.
Hey, look, Ma, no hands.
Can we please?
Look, Ma, no brains.
All right, so I need to find the. So we got
Hey,
another.
I messaged you guys like, what a coincidence. I also hit a tree.
In the not so.
I
far.
also
I'm gonna-
went down a hill and hit a tree.
Yeah, I'm going to drive 188 straight. Wish me luck. I don't even make it out of Lancaster.
All right, I
That
need
first
to.
curve by the auto body shop. Convenient place to wreck.
I need to do a little more searching on this one here.
It's a good
'cause
one. I like the label too.
The label. So you're gonna hate this. It's the watershed bottle.
It is.
I don't hate that that's the bottle. I hate what's
no,
in the
it's
watershed
the
bottle.
content.
I'm just saying it's the watershed bottle. I'm looking at it right there. It's right there. It's the same goddamn bottle.
Yeah, but that's like with music. There's only so many patterns of chords you can put together to make
That's
it
not
melody.
true.
But it's like that watershed's not as terrible as the evil watershed.
It has the grass clippings.
Evil watershed.
It's evil.
Evil.
Shenanigans. All right. So the only thing I can find on this one is before I haven't even opened it, but we're gonna go. You know what? We won't. I'm excited for this one just because it's a 10-year.
25 reviews.
That's all I know about it. Because I didn't want to look any of these up and try to find anything about prior to doing the show. So
Unbiased opinions.
So this is a Trail's End. It's a 10-year. It is a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey finished in Oregon oak casks. I would assume that means that the trees are from Oregon.
So it is still bourbon then if it's finished in oak. Is it still bourbon if it's finished in oak casks? Because bourbon has to be in oak casks.
The requirement is bourbon needs to be 51% corn.
Correct.
Finished in American oak casks. Charred oak casks for more than 4 years or more.
Right. But then if they take it out and put it in another oak cask.
It doesn't say taken at, well, it says finished in.
Okay, so it's not finished in as in like a wine barrel.
Yes. I don't know if this, so what I can't find is if this is.
Because if it's aged and then taken out and put in another oak cask, that would be finishing oak cask, but it's still
oak.
Yeah, it's a double oak.
It's a double oak.
So
which this would be a double oak. This is but it's an Oregon. They're just calling
it's
out
from
that
Oregon.
this is Oregon oak cask.
They're proud of their wood out there.
Yes, for 52.5, non-chill filtered. So it's very hard to read the inscription on this just because it's black on
gold on black.
Gold, yeah, gold on black. And the lighting here is not good. Not all bourbon. Not all bourbons are content to remain in Kentucky. Trail's End 10 serves a greater ambition. A select few barrels of a 10-year Kentucky bourbon followed the spiritual path of the Oregon Trail. So we are getting dysentery. Here we finish our bourbon
wagons.
in toasted Oregon Gary oak casks to heighten the notes of the vanilla and spice, glacial fed spring water. Like I said, it from Mount Hood completes the vision of our master distiller, a rare bourbon with hallmarks of age and heritage that flourish with their providence. I don't know. Providence of its own. It's non-chill filtered, so it's 52.5.
I like the first part.
It's
where
very
they're like,
hard
you know
to
what?
read.
Some bourbons not good enough just to be Kentucky bourbon. We're better than that.
We're Oregon bourbon, but it's a Kentucky bourbon. So
not bad.
not terrible.
Not the best we've had today, but good enough.
I was about to say I thought it was going to be more, but
Yeah.
I was hoping, but the minute that it started to slip out really easy,
So-
You never get that good sound when it just slides right out.
no.
most rumors are this is either Barton's or Heaven's Hill.
Okay, so
Rumors.
and that's what
Rumor
it
has
doesn't say. So we don't know who actually distilled this. And I'll look at the back here in a second and see if maybe they give a hint. Because Barton 1792 is goddamn amazing. Especially their foolproof.
$65.
So proudly produced
For
and
a
bottled
10-year.
by Hood River Distilleries Inc., Hood River, Oregon, USA. So if it's Kentucky whiskey and they are distilling in Oregon, this label does not match what it says it is. Just based on, because this says it's a Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, and this says distilled in Hood River, Oregon.
So it's a secondary bottling. So it's probably distilled in Kentucky. They bring it up to
Oregon,
put it in new barrels, and then they proof it down with the Mount Hood spring water.
Right. So, which I'm totally fine with, but
Yeah.
if it's distilled in Kentucky, that needs to be on the label.
Mm-hmm.
That because they're calling it a Kentucky whiskey finished in. There's no mention of Kentucky
On there.
on the label itself. So this is 105 proof. So it's not the Westmoreland Barrel Select. It's less than that. It's a 10-year. I'm surprised that a 10-year is that light as far as proofing goes.
It is
But
light.
with the proofing down.
It is a light. So,
But it's from Oregon. They're all a little light in the loafers.
You heard it here first, Derek. Or second. All right. So
Smells good.
it smells fantastic. I'm here for the nose on it. So the nose is aromas of vanilla, caramel, and cherry with a warm summer pine at the end. The palate has, well, we won't get into the palate yet. I get a little vanilla.
I get vanilla and cherry. I get more cherry off of this
but
than
it's-
anything we've tried today.
It's not like it's like maraschino cherry.
Yeah,
It's like candy cherry.
It's sweet cherry.
It's a sweet cherry. It's not like a Mount Rainier or like a sour cherry or a Luxardo. It is very much a candy cherry.
There's something else there I can't pinpoint. Again, shocker. Breaking news.
It's
need to-
candied. It's candied fruit. It's
Yeah.
like candied cherry.
Scratch and sniff.
Mike sniffing his owl's butt.
I can't place it. I definitely get cherry. There's a little bit of vanilla.
I get like it's
There's
just
something else there, though. And
But
it's not,
there is,
I'm not
and I-
getting
I
pine
can't-
as much.
I don't get any pine.
Yeah, I don't get the pine.
Scratch,
Wolverine my fucking arm.
scratch till you bleed. You just did a rail.
I did off my 3 of them simultaneously.
Yeah, half the notes I'm reading have to be right from them.
I'm
'Cause
getting
it's the
some kind of
same
other
stuff.
The
earthy
one
note.
the one I got is from Whiskey Wash.
I'm almost getting like a dark, rich tobacco, and I don't mean tobacco like you smell in a store or cigar. I mean like a tobacco field tobacco, like it's drying.
Yeah.
in a barn.
This one is note. The notes are nose is very sweet, loads of vanilla and sugar. You definitely get toasted oak. I don't get toasted.
I don't get toasted
the
oak, but I
toasted
get
oak I get is more like a Chardonnay where it's that vanilla.
the more the more that I sit and nose this, the more I get cherry,
Yeah.
candy cherry, and sugar cookie. Like
Yeah, that works.
Ooh.
but I haven't.
Oh wait, I took
Yeah.
a sip. I was tired of smelling it.
No, that's fine. I'm trying to I was trying to figure out what that and I think it's vanilla, it's cherry, and then I get like just a hint, like the littlest hint of sugar cookie, but it's more of a, when you make, like my grandmother used to make sugar cookies, but she would put maraschino juice in the sugar cookie mix.
Ooh.
Oh
Sounds
yeah.
good.
Now I want to make sugar cookies with the Amarena cherry juice.
Yeah.
You should definitely do that for us.
Yes.
For sure.
Yeah, she would occasionally she would put a little bit of the maraschino juice into the
In the
sugar
mix.
cookie mix, and it gave it just a little something, and that's kind of what I'm getting here. It's
I
that,
can see that. It's definitely like a baked, but I'm still getting an earthy tobacco, almost floral. Especially on the flavor, on the taste, I'm getting a sweet, fruity, florally.
There's a sweet tobacco.
And that like I said, that wet tobacco that's just hung in a
Yes.
barn. My granddad, my great grandpa had a tobacco farm, and years later, 2-3 decades after they quit farming tobacco on the farm, you'd walk in that barn just. That's what it reminds
seeped
me
into
of.
the wood.
That's what it
Like-
reminds me of, like walking in that barn where he'd park tractors or whatever, long after the animals and the tobaccos and everything's gone, and you just get that richness, that
This is
drying tobacco
just a-
sweetness.
First
it's a
sip is
sweet.
all cherry, vanilla, and oak.
Yeah, but if you let it, so I didn't. My first sip, I let it sit for a while before I ended up swallowing, and that I got the cherry, I got that sugar cookie cherry juice still on the palate, but I also got that sweet tobacco.
Put it in
like-
your mouth and run it around your tongue. Let it
That's
go
what I did.
under.
Yeah.
That's what I did before.
I'm just saying in general.
This is where I get the pine. I don't get tobacco as much as I get. This is where I get like the like almost hoppy notes of pine.
That's definitely unique.
Oh, there's the pine.
Yeah, you get it right there towards the end after you let it.
100%.
After you swish it around, you swallow it, and you just let it sit.
cherry, and then
then
there's like that sharp.
It's
It smells like Or
Have
it
you ever
tastes
had-
like pine smells.
Hold on.
Pacific
I know what it is.
Northwest rainforest.
And I don't know if you guys have ever done it. Have you ever made pine needle tea?
No.
No, that sounds awful.
It's like that's the exact taste.
That would mean I'm allergic to pine,
There's
Well, don't do that then.
so-
yeah, there's some definite spice in there too.
but there's a little bit of
There's a little bit of heat.
The longer you let it sit, the more heat you
I was
get.
about
Yeah.
to say, and
It's like rubbing
most of the
alcohol.
reviews I've read
in a good way.
assume that it's about 10% rye, which would lend to that. Yeah, most of the reviews I've read say that this
To me,
is
this is
this
just-
is a Heaven Hill product.
This is 100%
A
Granddad's.
Heaven Hill or a Barton.
Heaven Hill.
Okay, because I think you said Barton originally.
This fully reminds
Which
me
is-
That it was Heaven Hill or Barton.
of Granddad's farm because they had the tobacco farm, but then naturally here and there they had different fruit trees. They
It
didn't like
is-
have an orchard, but it's just like being on that farm in the spring and all the aromas that come when the wind blows that you get the.
The cigar and this go
That's what I was doing.
really well together. Like
It's
huge
very
puff,
pleasant.
huge puff, and just a nip of this.
You're a huge puff.
I know. Just call me Puff Daddy. No, don't. Never mind. Don't do that.
What's up,
Abort,
pedo?
abort.
Yeah.
I was thinking more Puff the Magic Dragon.
Not yet.
Lives by the sea,
God, I wish I lived by the sea.
frolics with his penis out.
Ooh, Michael. He's trying to smoke his
Oh.
shit with cigar smoke. Although, so
In
the
his
other,
breath.
so
Ew.
the other day I saw someone. They're like, I smoked a steak with cigarette smoke.
I saw
'cause
that.
I wanted to see what it
500
tastes like.
cigarettes, they said.
It was awful. I'm like,
Yeah, no shit.
He said it said smoked with 500 cigarettes. It was bad. It tasted like cigarettes.
Stunning. Where I
And
smoked
cigarette
this
tobacco-
brisket with cherry wood.
That's not
Tasted
the
like cherries.
that's not the tobacco I was talking about either.
Yeah.
Tastes like Pall Mall.
tastes like
Yeah, right.
take a
Unfiltered
menthol.
Camels.
Menthols.
Menthol.
It's been a while since I've had a
Hey, it tastes like some Newports.
Jesus Christ.
been a while since I've had a cool steak.
Cloves.
Man, this tastes just like smoking 3 Virginia Slims at once.
That's how you
Cloves.
have to smoke.
You
Virginia
have to.
Slim.
My
And then still
mom
you just
smoked
get regret.
Misty menthol ultralights.
Same thing.
Super tiny.
Oh, yeah.
roll.
It was like
Dude.
the
In, like,
number 2
spirits,
lead. Not the pencil, but just the lead.
Spirits.
Oh, spirits were just raw.
So
Like Misty menthol ultralights were like 50 cigarettes in a pack.
yeah, exactly. Like back with my ex when we first moved here,
Fucking cloves.
I used to smoke Parliament Lights.
Oh,
Jesus Christ! I
You
didn't
really-
realize you were black.
Yeah, and then
only from the waist up.
yeah, my
Christ.
my fiance at the time bought spirits or one of those fucking thin ass cigarettes, and I was on my way to work, and we kept them in the freezer because that's what you fucking did.
Yeah.
And I went to grab my last pack of Parliaments, and she had taken them, and she left one of her packs. And this is back in the day when you could smoke in restaurants, and I was working for Bob Evans.
I still ask for the non-smoking section,
Yeah.
and people look at me like I'm insane.
So
Sir, this is a Wendy's. Is this to go?
yeah.
It's a
Do
Pizza
you need
Hut.
to go to Pizza Hut?
So
We only have a pickup window, sir.
Because Pizza Hut was the shit back in the day.
I was in the manager's office with the lights off, like trying to smoke this fucking cigarette.
Where's the nicotine?
One of my servers walks by and then backs up, pounds on the door. I open it up. She's like, "You smoking dope in there?" I was like, "No, I have these." She's like, "Jesus Christ, just ask me for a cigarette."
And a tampon.
That oh my god, I can't. I remember like Jesus, my mom like I've told the story before. Like I would get sent to the store at the age of 5, and I think
Back when you can do shit like that.
yeah, like with a note and a $5 bill.
Pinned to my shirt
Nope, I just hand the note to the clerk
with a 5.
in a $5 bill, and she'd be like, "All right, here's this and that and the other."
Can
Your
I
mom
get some
said-
penny candy?
Your mom said, "Go grab her a Pepsi." I go get a Pepsi. I'm 5 years old, 6 years old. Get a Pepsi.
You got a Pepsi and some Parliaments and got $4.83 back.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly what it was. And I would go grab like a bag of the
Fill up the car on that.
the wax bottles that had the juice in
Oh
it.
yeah, the
and
wax,
candy
the
cigarettes.
soda
got
pops.
me some of those
The soda
recently.
pops.
Yeah,
My
Yep.
boys got introduced to those.
yeah, and I would grab those, and she'd give me change back, and I would walk back the mile to my house or the mile and a half to my house, and hand my mom everything, and it was totally fine.
Yeah.
No one said shit.
Back
Those are the days that I miss.
Yeah, back in the day, I
Like-
used to buy Marlboro Reds for 10 cents singles.
Lucy's.
Yeah, buying
That's
some
what
Lucy's.
George Floyd was killed for.
Yeah,
Just stating. But like, I would love to
If
be able to
nothing else,
take a
this looks
note.
cool.
yeah.
I would love to be able to take a note and hand it to Lexi with a $20 bill and be like,
Go see if you can. Go see if
go
you can.
buy me a
You
fucking
send-
case of beer.
You
Go
send
see-
Lexi anywhere by herself, and CPS is getting called.
I
It
was
don't matter
about to
what
say,
she has.
I
with
know.
$20, yeah, like you're not getting a case of beer, but there's
Well,
going to be
40
some.
bucks.
Yeah.
You can get Natty Light.
No. Have you met me? I'm
No,
too
no,
pretentious
no.
for that
You
shit.
I'm
send her
saying
to
for 20
Rite
bucks.
Aid for a 30-pack of Red Dog.
No.
And if there's any left,
was a high
an
school
MD
beer.
2020.
Yeah, exactly.
No. No.
I need you to go over here and get me some Wild Irish Rose.
So
That looks cool, if nothing else.
it looks cool, but it's brown smoke. It's
It is.
it's yellow smoke. It's not like the smoke that you would get off
But
of
it's not bad.
It's not bad. All right, got a little bit left. Okay.
I'm only trying it because Mike did it. Peer pressure.
Yeah.
Peer pressure.
It works.
Pushing me and then oh, he's just. Oh, boo.
Fine.
Boo. Don't spit. Don't be a spitter.
That's a good
Look at
catch.
that. It's just hanging
That's
in
a
there.
good catch.
Well, yeah. When smoke cools down, it doesn't
Yeah.
go above.
I know. That's why I'm letting it. I'm letting mine go slow.
This is what I do when I make old fashions.
Mm-hmm.
I pull the cap off the high top
And just let it.
and I just let it sit, and the smoke.
Man,
just
I wish I
kinda-
ate Black Forest ham before doing this. I'm really
Take
hungry.
my hand off. As long as I don't disturb the air as much as possible,
Fart in it.
it's just gonna sit,
She pretty.
and it's gonna be a bowl of smoke.
Oh, it's magic. Get a video. I'll turn it into slow mo.
You know, with
Slowly
iPhone-
blow on and off screen, Martell.
with iPhones, we have a slow mo option. That
I
we
do
can-
too,
we
but
can do that.
I can do more effects with a video editor.
Well, same.
Did you hear the latest about the new AirPods coming out?
No?
No.
Tell me more.
Allegedly, according to those who are smarter and richer than us, aka Elon Musk on Joe Rogan's podcast. I know,
fuck
but
Well, Elon hasn't been on Rogan in like 8
hear me
months.
out. I just saw the clip last night. Hear me out.
Okay.
Allegedly, and he even said this. He said, "I cannot prove it, but I've talked to people, and he knows people."
Yeah, he's
Regardless of what you think
going to
about him,
take your
he's-
social security number and sell it
No,
to the Chinese.
You put these things in. He goes, "Have you ever said something, then an ad pops up? You know, you get on
Yeah.
Facebook. Yeah, we all have.
all have. I do
used a company
Twizzlers.
card one time to go buy Kingsford charcoal, a specific flavor charcoal. Never said anything. Didn't use my own card. Went home that night on Facebook. Ad for that. Not just Kingsford charcoal. I've never bought
that
charcoal.
specific.
Well, I hadn't bought it in like 5 years up to this. That specific kind, there's an ad for it. But he said these are supposed to now read your brainwaves. So when something piques your interest or you think of something, you'll start seeing ads for that stuff. Is it true? I don't know.
I don't know.
But I also would not say it's not true.
So
I'd say it's plausible.
we were talking about.
Or I'd say it's possible, not
Maybe.
plausible.
We were talking about how your phones and devices are listening to you, and my kids were kind of like, I don't know.
I wish I
So
wouldn't have done that.
Mine's not bad.
No, mine's not bad.
Maybe
So-
it's your cigar. Me and we don't have the same cigar.
You don't, and I have black chunks in my shit now.
I didn't mean really
You
far. You
blew too
sharded
hard.
in it.
Like
blew
there's
too hard.
black like.
Yeah, totally.
Brush your teeth,
You
Martell.
ashed in there. That's because you just did the
Oh,
cigar.
it's because
over it.
I took it over. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
See?
unfortunate.
So
I
my
wish you
wife,
didn't do that either.
my wife went up to my kids' phones and was like, "Dildo, dildo, dildo," and something else. And like an hour and a half later,
Girth Brooks.
Connor was like, "I just got dildo ads on my."
Well, thank you for
on
saying
my
that here
phone."
around our phones.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm fine with it.
I don't care. Beth will get on my phone. I'll be like, I don't know what's happening.
I would do it to Liz's phone. I walk by it in the middle of the night and I'm like, Liz likes
Alien
Twizzlers.
dick.
No, Liz likes Twizzlers, so I just
What's
walk by
those
her phone.
one? Oh, Bad Dragon.
Yeah, Bad Dragon.
Yeah, I walk by Liz's phone.
Our phones are gonna be so screwed after this.
And I just go,
Nobody can hear that.
I know. And then the next day she gets an ad for what I just said.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody to know what I...
He said donkey porn.
Yeah.
Donkey show, donkey show, donkey show.
Donkey show, donkey show, donkey show.
And just like Beetlejuice, a donkey show popped up in his living room.
So
I'm looking forward to Beetlejuice.
I heard it was good.
Beetlejuice.
Somebody told me it was good, but not as good as the original.
Well,
that
nothing is
tracks.
ever
It's
as
not
good
supposed
as
to.
the original.
Yeah.
All right, so do we want to revisit anything from the past 2 shows?
Do we want to?
Well, that's what I'm asking.
I
We're-
would
we're-
revisit
we're-
any of these.
We're at 43 minutes right now, so what do you want to revisit? What do you want? from
I
the
like
past 2 shows?
the 125, that one, and the other one next to it. Those are my 2 favorites out of what we've had.
Yeah.
Hand me your glass.
Yeah. That.
Take that
Yes.
one. I'll finish this one off because I still got a little bit here. That's probably those 2 are my
want
favorites. That
center?
one's probably my favorite of them all. I should have probably ranked it higher because I give that a 3. I should have given it a 3.5.
I am actually going to go with the Black Butte.
The Black Butte's fantastic too.
Yeah, like
I
I'm
was torn
gonna do
between
the
those
Black
2.
Butte in an old fashioned.
Still solid.
I like
for
that.
a pre-open
Yeah.
pop.
Yeah.
So the last review I had for that one was color very autumnal, murky russet oranges.
For the
the color?
End?
Yeah.
We didn't rate the Trail's End, so
I thought we did.
No, we didn't.
we didn't. Not the Trail's End. We did the Black Butte. We did not rate. So
Oh,
what do you
you're
give
right.
the Trail's End.
Just neat. I would give that, and you said it was like $70.
75.
Yeah.
3.5. Get it?
3.
All right. I'm into 3.
Yeah,
I'm into 3.
I say
I like it. I think it could be.
I think you
could
could
be
have
more.
You could have fun with that one.
yeah.
well, that's why I like it because
Yeah.
I think it's very versatile. It's good on its own, but I think it's
But
very
that's another
versatile.
one. That's another one that would make a good Manhattan, make a good old fashioned.
Anything.
It's fine on its own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I think these are 3 solid offerings
Yeah.
that Derek sent over
Yeah.
for us to try.
So for that one, color very autumnal, murky russet oranges. Nose a nice blend of baking rye and oak spices, dark caramel syrup, dark rye bread, subtle cherry, and apricot compote. Taste syrupy and thick with chocolate, thick cut caramel fudge.
Ooh. Well,
Okay.
so the Black Butte, the one reason I wanted to revisit that.
Yeah, the spice blend softening and emphasizing the oak a bit more.
What?
Finish oak, very dark caramel, chocolate, and rye spice. I thought that was
So the Black Butte, I wanted to. Well, that's why I asked
With the
everybody
salt.
what they wanted to revisit, because my idea was to revisit Black Butte with the salt, with the saline.
I'm very curious about that.
So, but I didn't want to reveal my secrets because I wanted to see what everybody else wanted to do first. Now, if you want to try the saline with the Pinot finished Westward, by all means, go for it.
Let me get that lighter over there. Poor favor.
Oh, the nose on that became good.
Yeah?
Really, even better.
Like it's the nose is still kind of the same on the Black Butte. Oh yeah, that gets significantly sweeter.
Yeah.
Randy's gonna burn his beard.
That'd be a
The
travesty.
nose didn't change.
No.
It's still the same.
This
It
this
amplified.
this
it went
this
up.
kicked up flavor wise too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's going to be just like salted chocolate. That's going to be
Fucking go
amazing.
for it. I ain't afraid of your herpes. Randy can try it too.
Appreciate that. Here comes chlamydia.
Yeah.
Yeah, that got real sweet.
Yeah, that guy.
Nose is the same.
Yeah.
The nose didn't change.
No, but that's now like
that, like, when-
salted chocolate
Yeah.
caramels.
That's salted chocolate, that's
Oh, that's
caramel,
it.
that's black cherry, that is
That's it. That's good.
that is everything.
Did you try that yet?
I haven't yet. I'm
Oh.
kind of
Like this went
now. I'm waiting for that to kind of marinate.
Yeah.
And
like this went through the roof. Like that went through the roof too.
Mm-hmm.
These both, and that's like so. That's the thing with that saline. Like it either
It's it either
makes it or breaks it.
yeah
it elevates
it takes
to the
it
next
to 10
level,
or a -4.
or it fucks it up completely. And I think we've only had like maybe two that
There's
wasn't
two or
good.
three where it was just like,
And
I made a mistake.
I know this is going to sound really bad,
Oh,
but I want to try.
oh my gosh,
Right.
that's heaven.
Yeah,
Right.
That's so good.
That's
Like,
that's like a 4, maybe
Yeah.
a 4.5.
Yeah.
Like, that is amazing.
I want to take Kentucky Tavern and be mate
I
star and
100%
try it with
agree.
the saline.
I not only do I
down.
want to try it with the saline, I want to do it with the whiskey grail.
Yeah. Oh, we could do the whiskey.
we could do a
railway.
whole another trash episode, but this time instead of neat,
We're gonna
gonna
try and
experiment.
make it
We
as good as
experiment
we
with,
can.
Yeah. I mean, we
different recipes,
we
different
tr-
mixes.
We tried the Kentucky Tavern and the
Whisked.
Be Mate Star
With
Dr.
Dr.
Pepper.
Pepper.
You can't ruin
Yeah.
Dr. Pepper.
Yes,
Yes,
you
you
can.
can.
Yes, you can. Be Mate Star did it.
23 flavors got cut down to 1.
Kentucky
Bad.
Tavern wasn't terrible with it, but the Be
Kombucha
Mate
is
Star
just
Here's the thing.
dumpster juice.
ruined
Here's
it.
the thing, and I'll say, because that one day I came in, you guys whisked me a Kentucky Tavern. I had a blind taste it. It made me realize that day when I left, something I didn't mention because I didn't think of it in the time. Because you said, what's it taste like? I said, just like I remember. It's a solid drink. And you had some other bottle because you wanted to trick me, and it did. Because the Kentucky Tavern was not as bad as I remembered. It was the Be Mate Star. And that
Kentucky
episode,
Tavern
when we
is
first
not-
did that episode,
Terrible.
Kentucky Tavern were like, this sucks. Then we did Be Mate Star. It was worse. And I lumped them together, and I shouldn't have. That was a mistake on our part. We both did. We said they're both garbage.
Oh yeah, no.
When we
Kentucky
revisited the
Tavern's
cover,
trash.
Kentucky Tavern. No, it's trash, but it's not as
But it's
bad.
not-
It's trash plus.
It's not. It's not
Like if you
8-star
mix
trash.
if you mix Kentucky Tavern with Coke or Cherry Coke
Yeah.
or Dr Pepper, it's not bad.
Yeah, Kentucky
it's cheap as
Tavern.
hell. It'll get the job. If you're just looking to get a buzz and you're going to mix with pop,
you're gonna get it.
something strong.
B Mate Star
do
is
it.
like
Be Mate Star.
it's like
changes
hilltop
the
trash.
Molecular breakdown.
Oh yeah.
Community.
Be Mate Star changes the DNA of soda.
Be Mate Star is an HOA.
It's not even HOA.
No, it is.
It is
because
the
it sets its
government.
own rules and says, I don't care what you do, I'm
That's
still
the-
here.
That's the government.
Yeah.
Same thing. HOA is a government.
Nah, my HOA is cool.
Yeah, no.
It's still you still got rules.
B
It's a
Mate
government.
Star-
The only
B Mate
difference is they
Star's-
don't
B
they
Mate
tax
Star's
you.
B Mate Star's property tax.
No, B Mate Star's income tax.
Yeah, it's income,
It's the worst
property,
kind of
and
tax.
sales tax. It's all the taxes. But
Theft.
I kind of want to do, as much as I don't want to do it, I kind of want to do the Be Mate Star and the Kentucky Tavern with the saline, because since we've done the saline, it's kind of
something-
been that thing that's just like I
There's
kinda
something
want
I've been
to, but
wanting
I
to
know-
do, and I know you.
But
just,
I don't want to do trashy shit on the show.
Why? Since when?
Since always.
But if we don't, who will know? They
So,
come to us.
What do you want?
I want a trash show.
Yeah.
Let's get the worst.
Well,
we've
we
had.
already did gas station.
Well, I mean,
No,
we,
just
but
as-
well,
We-
gas
we
station
have
purchase is one
three-
thing. That's not whiskey and bourbon.
No.
we have 3 trash whiskeys. We have Watershed Fall Series.
No, we got more than 3. But go ahead. I'll add. Go
we
ahead.
did-
Okay. We have
did-
Watershed Fall Series. We have Be Mate Star, and we have Kentucky Tavern.
And Seven Brothers, Smoked Mesquite.
That won't. We can't mix that. The salt ain't gonna fix that
Hold,
shit.
no, but let me finish. We had Twisted Tea.
That's pour
But
out.
again, that's
Again, if we're going to
But
say,
Twisted Tea's not-
can we, but if we're going to do an
that's-
experiment, can we fix the worst of the worst? We should bring the worst of the worst.
So-
What's it going to cost us all? A total of $17?
So we have
It's
B
like-
Mate Star and we have Kentucky Tavern. We don't
we
have
had.
had.
I got rid of those bottles.
Oh,
that I
okay.
had.
I don't think Kentucky Tavern's that bad.
Kentucky. So for what it
So we
is-
could probably get like pint bottles of that.
Oh yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah.
That's what I bought. I didn't buy like a big 7.
Now I got to go see what we can get pint bottles of.
But-
It's like under $7.
Shitty pint bottles for Blendigeddon.
That's not going to work.
You don't know that.
Well, maybe
You don't
no,
know
I
that.
don't.
You
know that.
don't know that.
Oh well, here's the thing. So if we
And
do
if
a
they don't know that-
if we do a shitty episode, then we can see
Decide.
how
Pick
it
from
works.
Speaking of, I have not asked Jason about the finishing in barrels.
Well, let's do that on the air. That'll make for good audio.
I'm just gonna text him real quick.
Do, 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 do.
Dude, I was looking.
Can you finish the Blendigeddon in a barrel and then send it to you?
Question mark? Yeah.
Question mark.
I
So-
I went down a rabbit hole the other day, looking at barrel tops, and you can get 15-gallon new charred oak barrels.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah.
Because we talked about
But not
originally,
reused, but new.
No.
No,
We talked about
we-
that years ago because my idea was let's take straight moonshine, and I'm talking run of the mill, Old Smoky.
Yeah, but
straight,
you like moonshine.
fair.
Ish.
I like good moonshine, but I was
You
saying,
like
what if we just bought
Smoky
something you can get off
Mountain
the shelf?
Blue Flame.
No, I don't like it.
No, the
I like
best
the reaction
moonshine
it
is in
gets.
my freezer right now. That's
If I could get
top
more of
notch.
that, dude,
That's top notch.
that was a bad night for me.
Yeah.
That was a bad
that's
night
fair.
for me.
That's fair. That
it was
is-
a bad night in a good way, but it was a bad night.
It was a fine night for
It
me.
was so good.
It was fun, but afterwards it's like I wanted more, but I need to be at home when I have it because I didn't. Had I had any more, I wouldn't have made it home. I would not have been able to drive.
That's
I had the
legit.
right amount to get home
that.
because I was
that
like, had I not
that's
stopped,
legit.
I would have been like, okay, well, I'm sleeping in the Mac Shack
Yeah.
because it would not have been safe. I had to stop. It was so good. And you're right. I like moonshine to a degree. I like certain
I
moonshines.
like
have
good moonshine.
I have a few places I can acquire good moonshine.
I like good
But
moonshine.
I talked about getting one of those barrels and just aging any moonshine anybody can get because
Yeah.
that's easier than saying, okay, well, here's a moonshine none of you can get. That
See, I
want to
do. You know, there's a guy on the interwebs who has a 55-gallon barrel, and people who come over have to donate a bottle.
So that's what I
What-
want to do for my basement, but I can't get Rudra. I haven't texted Rudra in a while at this point because my buddy Sean, been on the show. He is a woodworker. He wanted to make 2 side tables for his office. Basically, he was going to take a barrel, slice it in half. So I'm like, cool. All right. What's a barrel going to cost? So I text Rudra down at Middle West. And he's like, all right, yeah, I can get you this. He's like, let me know, if Fridays work better. Because he's like, I'll give you a tour of the facility. You haven't been down here since, we opened the new facility. And I'm like, all right, well, I want 4 barrels. Then it turned into 5 barrels. And I'll pay for the barrels. Like, that's not a
Yeah.
problem. And then this was prior to you in your sad news of moving. We would have a barrel here that every week we would just bring a bottle and dump it in. Like any one of us could just bring a bottle and just dump in whatever
Whatever it is,
and then we just
to a limit.
we just
Like, there's no Beam-8 Star
well, no,
or
no,
Kentucky
I'm
Tavern going
quality shit
Yeah.
and stuff that isn't
some
stuff that isn't like the stave product.
Right, no,
that,
it's
like-
it's
like
got to
a- like
be
a
Maker's
off,
46
off the bottle, off
an
the
Evan
shelf.
Williams.
Well,
Yeah.
the stave
Something
the stave product isn't off the shelf, but I'm thinking like a
you
Maker's
can't-
46, but not a Maker's 46 stave product.
Yeah.
Right, no,
A
exactly.
Jack
It-
Daniels.
what we would call a run of the mill.
Yeah. Anything that would be available that we
Readily
can purchase
available.
that is not an OHLQ pick. or
readily
not
available
a-
year round.
Yes. So, and just dump it into that barrel. Well, I wanted to do that in my basement as well, except it'd just be me buying a bottle and just because I don't have friends and no one ever comes over.
I haven't been
So-
invited, so just
Well, I'm just saying. Like,
I don't know where he lives anymore.
I don't either.
I know it's by design.
It's by design.
I know. I'm aware of that fact.
I mean, it's easy enough to find a website that has
Oh,
all
I could-
those tax records.
Yeah.
I would say
and
I could find you in
out
no
where I
time.
live.
I just don't care that much.
I mean,
Like if he wants me over, he'll give me the address.
but the basement is just now finished. I'm still trying to get. I literally don't have enough furniture for the 3 of us to sit in the basement.
Especially
No,
weight limit furniture.
what doesn't at this point take that out of the equation? I have 2 chairs.
I'll bring a lawn chair.
That is it.
Yeah.
I got a lawn chair in the Suburban now.
Well, I got 2 chairs.
1, 2, and me. 3.
That is it. I don't have 3 chairs.
no,
I don't
but I'll
have-
bring my own.
So I just
That holds me.
I don't have enough furniture.
Speaking
And
of
I bought a
weight-
futon, and I decided the futon is not. No, I slept on a futon for years.
I
and
did
it was
too.
the most comfortable fucking thing I slept on.
At the time.
I bought a futon for my office because my office is going to be set up as a guest room. I'm like, I will never have anybody over the age
I
of
was saying,
20
what a way of
sleeping on
saying-
this fucking
Yeah.
futon.
What a way of saying I never want you to come back. That's like wicker furniture and inviting your fat friends.
Well, it's for my nephew. Like my nephew because my sister's coming up in November
Oh yeah.
for Thanksgiving, and I'm like, yeah, we're like
We need
Alexander's
yeah.
sleeping in the basement, but my sister and there's no chance. Jason's coming on the 21st. He'll be here in 2 weeks.
The 12.
I know, right?
Wait, what? When
he gonna be on the show?
here?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think so.
When
So
is-
he'll be hit the week of the 21st. So, or the weekend of the 21st.
Okay.
The 20th, 21st, and 22nd.
Okay,
Friday,
good.
Saturday, Sunday.
Because the next week after that, I'll be in Salt Lake City.
Okay.
And I have a birthday.
We don't give
Your
a shit about your
birthday?
birthday.
Judd's.
Okay.
No, mine was in June. You guys
Oh,
missed
we
that.
like Judd.
Yeah,
We don't like you.
that's fine. I'll
That's
send
fine.
Judd.
So,
He's
but
turned
Jason,
Try
6.
this.
He's turned 6. He's old enough.
Yeah.
Harley told me
I
today.
can't, dude. There are stories of me.
I drank a pony bottle 6-pack of fucking Bud Lights when I was like 4.
When
It's fine.
my parents used to own a cabin
And you turned
in
out?
Crystal
Yeah.
Beach.
I turned out.
In Crystal Beach,
I'm leaving it at.
off of Lake Erie, and they would have huge parties. And the day after the parties, I would just be going case to case, drinking the dregs out of the bottles.
Yeah.
I'll say that's like the equivalent of walking into a movie theater like, oh, there's a half-smoked cigarette? I can finish that.
Yeah, like, oh, look, there's somebody left their
right.
soda and their popcorn. Banger.
Going back for a revisit. And some sailing. Randy hasn't finished his
No, I'm enjoying it.
Westmoreland.
I'm enjoying this, dude. Like, I'm slow sipping on purpose. This is...
That with the sailing,
Yeah.
just killer.
Well, we're gonna sailing this shit too. So, but no, Jason will be here the weekend of the 21st. And I told him like, don't rent a hotel. Like, I've got space. Don't get a car. You have a car.
Sorry, Lexi.
Literally, I'm like, you'll take. Yeah, I said you can
Because he's
just.
here for a wedding, right?
Yeah, he's here for a wedding. I'm like, don't get a
It's
car.
not on Sunday, is it?
No, it's Saturday evening.
Okay, perfect.
So
We record on Sunday and...
but I got to figure out when he's leaving. That's the other thing. So he'll probably come in Friday, leave on Sunday. Saturday is the gym is having an interbox competition. He's like,
Okay.
well, I want to go see the guys at the gym because he's friends with Brandon and Jimmy.
Boo,
He's like, and I
those
haven't
guys
seen
suck.
them. They're amazing.
They're great.
I love them both.
Despite the fact that they
That's
haven't
why I
been on
say-
the show.
Right. I mean,
They have
Jimmy's
what?
been on the show.
Yeah, like
We did a
Eon.
4-hour
No.
show. with Jimmy, and
Eons
he was,
ago.
He
Jimmy
got in
was...
trouble.
Jimmy, we all should have... Actually,
None of us should have driven home.
I didn't drive home. You know where I drove?
No. Well, you drove to the cabin.
No. That was my home at the time. No. I drove from there to Columbus to my parents' church where me and Derek did an acoustic set for worship.
Oh well, that's on
oh
you.
shit.
We
And
did a
it wasn't
4-hour
like, okay,
fucking
we got
show.
this coming up. No, it was like, okay, you got 5 minutes till we play. Plug in. Let's go.
Yeah, we were.
Why is everything
we-
Freebird?
We were bombastic. We were fucking lit. Jimmy was like, I shouldn't have driven home. I'm like, none of us
should have.
We sat in the gym
I-
for 4 hours around a fucking fold-up table and,
and
recorded.
Was
Yeah,
it full
I
up?
know.
I didn't know if it was that or a box.
No,
couldn't
I
remember.
fold-up table.
I
You're right.
listened to
card
the
table.
show.
Yeah, it was. That
Hey,
was,
thanks for listening.
That was that was.
Mike, long time
was a-
supporter. First time I'm on the show now.
Yeah.
Permanently.
And it was like, holy
You can
shit.
abuse me for the Mac Shack. I don't mind.
Oh, it's not abusing you for the Mac Shack.
It's the
Yeah,
whiskey.
we did. I'd abuse you no matter where you're at, Mike.
I mean,
That's
Randy's.
You got the
Randy's
cushy
a
tushy.
user.
That's fair.
Randy's a user.
We're all users. Let's be honest.
Well, we're all
Let's-
abusers. I am a user.
But
Look, all I'm saying is you asked for people to be on your podcast. I said me. You said absolutely.
yeah,
and
it
that was the only rule.
But it took 7
that
years.
got real sweet.
yeah, no, but it was after the 7 years where
7
you,
years
you
of
said, I
asking
got
who
the
wants to do a
equipment.
show, and then Randy's finally. I'm like, well, fuck, I'll deal with this shit later.
That's not what you said. You said absolutely. Don't lie.
That's what I posted.
You liked me better
That's
then.
what I posted online. Yeah.
You- I'll take it.
Absolutely.
I
I'll take
screenshotted that and printed it out and framed it.
It got
Is it good?
real
All right, let me
sweet
finish
though.
this.
It got so goddamn sweet. There's still
But
a heavy
it's-
burn on the back
but
end.
it's good. But it got like it amped
changed.
up. It
Oh,
amped up the sweetness.
That last drink of that, super chair. Oh,
like
hold
the
on.
saline church that shit up because
Yeah.
it's Sunday.
I'm like one of those turtles.
What turtles?
Ninja?
You'll have what I'm having. No, the
Ninja
turtles.
turtle?
Ninja
Yeah,
turtle?
that's what I am.
Galapagos turtle?
Yeah.
Crap, my god, turtle.
You're more like Galapagos.
Why did you?
I'm
Why
a
do you have
tortoise.
size now?
I have girth in all the wrong places. Hey, fitness update. Program came in. We talked about last week.
Yeah.
Wednesday, I told you I was starting.
Yep.
Hit it every day.
Okay.
So for the last 2 years, I've been dealing with swollen legs.
You've been dealing with swollen body.
That too. But there have been times I've been out here where it hurt to put tennis shoes on.
Yeah, you're wearing
In
not
pain.
the orthopedic-y
No,
base
well, these are shoes I've had for a year now. But went to put
they're
them
not
on.
the Velcro flap shoes that look like open-toe sandals.
Those are bad.
I'm just saying.
I put these on today. They weren't even untied. And Beth goes, let's get your shoes on. My foot slid in and we had to tighten them.
Okay.
My feet, my ankles, my calves, everything's going back normal.
Good step.
That's
Just since Wednesday.
Fantastic step.
Yeah.
So I'm sticking with it.
Good. All right. So
We've done it every day.
good.
keep doing that.
I'm on it.
When you
Dude, that's-
walk out of here, there's a treadmill that Mike has for sale.
Yeah, I was about to say
Venmo
that's
him, and you can take it with
I
you.
was about to say that
Nah,
guy was
that other
like,
guy was not happy.
well,
Well,
he
he,
was,
has the same treadmill.
yeah, he was it's similar, but it's more narrow.
I'm trying to sell it, Mike.
Yeah, that's fine, but
Randy said I'm not a salesman.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sell it.
You know what's funny? We just sold a treadmill a week ago. We're poor, dude. We've been selling stuff left and right.
I know. I get it. I've
No
been there.
paychecks come in since January, and we're finally like, we should try and get some money.
we should probably
Bills are still coming in, ironically,
Yeah,
but my paycheck
it's
hasn't.
Weird
been.
how that happens.
sons of bitches.
Sons of beaches.
So, not to sound like
People are like, you need to pay your taxes. I'm like, on what? I have nothing.
not to sound like a total asshole,
Since when?
but have you looked into disability?
Yes.
Okay.
Good.
Already applied.
I'm
We'll
just-
get back
I'm
with
just-
you in 30 to 60 days.
I'm just asking.
I
That's
did
all.
because I was
that's-
like,
I mean,
That sounds typical.
yeah.
that's
I did because
very
I'm like, I've been
bureaucratic.
trying to get jobs too, and I applied for 6 jobs, and the ones I replied were like, and they sought me out, headhunters. Your resume's fantastic. You're exactly what we need. Apply. Cool. 3 of the 6 came back and said, "Oh, by the way, we decided not to interview you. It was like we're going with somebody else." I'm like, "You came after me. Like,
So-
at least give me the interview."
You chased me.
Yeah.
God
So
damn it.
here's the question I have, and I have my speculation as to why.
Yes, my penis is inverted,
Yes, and you probably have.
but it was when I was skinny
You,
too.
you probably have puffy nipples too.
I don't. That's the weird thing.
So-
a lot of chest hair.
He's
So-
an innie.
Yeah. Okay. I mean that. I mean, you
My
can't be-
nipples are normal.
you
They're
can't
just,
be
on
You
a
can take a
midwife
shot.
then.
they're just on the end of very big movies.
Your previous boss,
Okay.
her.
That was like 2 balls ago, but yes.
Okay. So
My
the
previous boss is awesome. Well,
so
they were all awesome.
What I mean, but the chick was that like left. And was
No. Oh, left the company, yes.
Yeah.
I think
The-
they like left in politics.
No.
I was like,
the one that left the
She was pretty
company and was
central.
like, I'm going over here. I'll bring you with me if I can, type of thing. Have you reached out to her?
yes, no
Okay.
openings.
Okay.
Okay.
I've
No,
tried.
I'm just asking,
Yeah.
and I'm
I've explored avenues with
Out of
previous
curiosity.
employers.
because
Even with the new contract, and then they offered me, which in hindsight I probably should have taken, but they offered me like a third of what I was making before to do more work. So I was like,
that's hard though.
That's
that,
why-
that's
that's
a hard
why-
one to take.
Yeah.
They told me, they said, we're going to hire you,
yeah,
give
hindsight
you the
is
same job, and we're going to
20/20.
pay you 20 grand more a year. When it came down to it, they offered me almost, it was not quite a third, but almost a third of what I was making. And they are micromanagers. They not only track your vehicle, they track your tablet. So if you're in a building, they know how long you're there. They know what room you're in.
Which I get all that.
I get to an
I don't
extent.
agree it. I don't agree.
I get
with
to an
it
extent.
in any way, shape, or form.
But
And
my
I just
guys that
heavy
went with that
fucking
company-
chocolate after that.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, it's amazing.
that's sorry.
No, you're fine. But the guys that I had that are now working for that company, my buddy said I would not apply for that job, Randy. They offered it to him for more money he's making, which he got a $22,000 a year bump. He said, not worth it.
Yeah, that's
Sometimes
Yeah,
the
if-
money's not
if-
worth the stress.
No, and I absolutely agree with you.
He went from working for me to where, hey, go get your work done. If it takes 2 hours, cool. As long as the work's done right, and it always
Yeah.
was,
And
we never
that's-
fell behind.
Yeah.
New company, they got behind 3 months under a guy that replaced me, and he's now working 10 to 12-hour days on salary.
yeah.
So he's like, I'm probably not going to stay here. So I don't have a desire to do that for
No.
a third of what I was making.
Super happy making my
Yeah, I'm
hourly
I'll make
manager
less,
raise.
but I'm not going to take on more.
I'm happy where I'm at. Like I've never, I don't know. I have never in 6 years, said what I do, or who I work for, but I do know that they have fired one guy for what he said on his podcast, but he was a higher up and he talked a lot of shit, which I'm not going to do.
which
I
is
like
smart.
what I do.
Dude, I love my job.
I don't love it. I mean, I don't love my job. I do like my job.
Yeah.
I don't think my job is very difficult to manage. I think the people I have to work with are a pain in the ass to work with in some cases. But I did speak to my boss the other day, and I'm like, if you leave, I'm fucked. Like, that's the extent of it. Like, if you leave, I'm fucked. Like, everybody on our team is fucked. Yeah. And,
Sorry, I was trying not to interrupt you.
No, you're fine. With that's important.
It is.
I'm like, so I like what I do. I just don't like a lot of the people that I have to not work with,
but interact with.
Interact with. Like, it is very much what I deal with on a day-to-day basis are people that they stick to the regiment of what they were told. And I do, in general, I deal in websites. Mm-hmm. So the people that I work with and that I have to interact with, they test websites that I work on. So if something comes up and they say, hey, this is a problem,
you go and fix it.
I go fix it. But if it's not a problem, I go back to them and I say, this isn't a problem. Don't be so literal. Because there's limitations. In anything with development and coding, there are limitations in what can and can't be done. I'm like, it's a limitation. It's not an issue. I can't fix it.
You're asking for something that cannot be done.
Right.
Under the parameters we're dealing with.
So, but what they write in their reports is, I can't make the update. It's I won't make the update. Which is two completely different things.
That's hard.
So I have to be very finesse-like with how I handle everything that I do, which I don't like. I'm not a finesse person. I am very much. There's not a lot of gray area in what I do, because two in the pink, one in the stink.
I was just saying shocker in sign language, but yes.
Yeah.
Right. It's very much like in my personal life, there's a lot of gray area because I have a huge fucking case of ADHD.
Oh.
I mean, there's dicks. There's I got
A
dick, H dick.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot
all
of
dick, heavy dick.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of ADHD in my life. I mean, you were just recently diagnosed.
Yep. I got ADHD.
I was no dick.
A big half dick?
ABND, all balls, no dick.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm getting older and they're sagging, but nothing else is growing. It's weird.
Your earlobes. So
I'm gonna come in 3 weeks. It's gonna be this big. I'm gonna be like, what?
But like I was diagnosed like in the 80s, like before it was before it was in high definition.
Yeah.
So that's always my joke. Is like my ADHD. My ADD is in 144p.
Yeah.
Everybody else right now is in.
You say 144p, and kids these days be like, "What's?"
They're like, I said it last night, and Lexi looked over her shoulder.
What does that mean?
What's resolution?
What is 144p? I'm like you. I said you're used.
You know
to 4K.
how we can get 4K? Yeah.
You're used to 4K.
Yeah.
I'm still like the Duke boys.
I'm on a tube.
The best ever was
I'm on
watching.
A tube.
We watched a movie. The boys have been wanting to wait to come out, and it came out streaming because I'm like, I'm not paying $87. Yes, Deadpool 2. And
is that streaming?
It was streaming for free with ads.
Yeah.
And I was like, can't you fast forward through these ads?
2, yeah, it's been.
And I was like, brother, let me tell you this thing called commercials.
Yeah.
And if you didn't have a VCR, you could not fast forward through any commercials.
Yeah.
Hey, yeah. Back in the day, you had this
Stern
TV
on
guide,
VHS.
and you were like, on Thursday at 8:30, if you wanted to see this show, you had to watch it or you had to tape it, because it would be 17 months before you could see that particular episode.
It reminds me of that Jeff Foxworthy thing when he said, like, we had 3 channels. When I was a kid, we had 3 channels, and if the president was on, your night was shot.
Yeah.
It's like, that's
you didn't get shit.
Yeah,
I remember those days. And so, like,
what's a remote control? Me. I was the remote control.
Turn it to 3.
No, like, seriously.
3, 6, and 9.
My mother.
Channels. Click,
Damn,
click,
it's fine.
My mother had TVs in almost every room.
Wow, y'all were rich.
Not really. Like it was.
We
like
had TV.
This big.
We had a
in the
big
bathroom,
TV, and that was it.
In the bathroom?
in the bathroom. Still there.
So speaking of,
We didn't even have any in the
Still there.
bedrooms.
so I got ambitious the other day.
Uh-oh.
Side note: I was sitting on the shitter and I looked and there's a dead plate on the wall, and I'm like, why is there a fucking dead plate on the wall?
Man, that's.
I took the screws off the dead. I finished taking
found
a
$1
shit
million.
because that's what I was doing.
Yeah.
No, I went and grabbed the screwdriver and I pulled the dead plate off the wall. It's a goddamn phone jack behind it. I'm like, the people that built this house in 2007 or 2005
Had a landline where you could
I had
stand
a
on it.
landline to the
in the
shitter.
bathroom. In the shitter, I'm like,
Okay.
I'm like, you're that goddamn important that you had to have a landline put in the bathroom.
Hey.
I remember.
They didn't have a...
You know what I'm gonna?
shoot, what's it called? I almost said a recording machine. What was it called? Answering machine.
Answering machine.
Jeez.
I'm gonna have that converted to a fucking Cat 5. So there's going to be a one Cat 5 port right in the wall whenever we sell the house. That is going to be functional, but it's going to be a Cat 5 port. So someone could hook up a router, or if they decided to
Get
sit
one-
down with a laptop and plug it in.
Get a box and a play with a couple USB ports they can charge too.
Yeah.
I'm going to fuck with somebody so hard, like a 4-port fucking landline.
My buddy sold her house. She's lived in for like 30 years, but before she did, she put a plastic skeleton buried under her front porch. Yeah, she's like, I hope
absolutely.
somebody remodels that someday.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I've seen that.
100%.
I've seen that on.
I saw the meme. That's
Facebooks
where she
and
got the
shit.
idea. But I was like,
Yeah.
that. But the thought to actually do it, I was like, good for you, Amy.
So
Like,
there was
I've seen once people do it in the fucking cabinetry.
That's awesome.
So,
It was a little black and white TV in the bathroom, and I was not allowed to watch The Simpsons when I was a kid.
oh, I remember that.
Oh, that's where you watch this.
Dude, when
So
Beavis
I would
and Butthead
take a
came out?
bath. I would take a bath at 8:00 on Sundays and watch The Simpsons in the bathroom.
Hell yeah. So
What are you doing in there? I'm masturbating.
Yeah, right, exactly. Don't come in.
I'm not watching Simpsons.
So the one thing that I need to do now is I want to go buy all. You can't stream Ren and Stimpy for free anywhere. It's only available if you have Paramount streaming services.
Oh,
So Ren and Stimpy and Beavis and Butthead are the two you cannot stream anywhere for free without Paramount. And they stripped all the music videos out of all the Beavis and Butthead.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
So all
That
the
was-
good shit.
yeah.
That's half the show.
That is
One of
legitimately.
my favorite Beavis and Butthead.
Literally 3/4 of the show. Who gives a shit about them walking down like?
Those were funny, but
Those are
you
funny.
got to have the music in there to.
But the music video was 3/4
Like-
of the fucking show.
My favorite ever was when they did "Creep" by Radiohead, because it starts off all like slow and melodic, and they're like, "This sucks," blah, blah, and then they just he's like, "What was that?" Da-da, da-da.
One of my favorite was, and I don't remember if it was a Red Hot Chili Peppers or if it was Jane's Addiction. And he's just like, I'll be damned, that's Dave Navarro.
What was the first music video you ever saw on TV?
It was
I remember
literally
mine vividly, where I was and what I saw. On MTV, back when it was
MTV.
still MTV.
MTV started in 1983,
I don't
Good year.
remember.
1984. The first music video I saw was "Video Killed the Radio Star."
That's the first one that was ever aired.
Yeah,
I saw it.
No, you didn't. The first time it was aired, you saw it.
Yep.
Good for you, man.
I was about to
Like
say,
that.
I was born in '83.
That's not
You had to
hyperbole.
be. You were 3 or 4 then.
I was. It was 84.
So
So,
you were
I was
6?
4.
4? Yeah, you were born in '80.
I was 4 when it came out. There's a lot of shit that I remember when I was like 3 and 4 years old.
Well,
which
I
is-
got my
it-
dog.
there's
Two or
yeah,
three,
there's
I
there's a
remember.
couple things that I remember from that early.
That came on, because before that video came on, they had like a MTV coming soon
Yes.
Yeah.
screen on, and I've never gone back and looked it up. But when Video Killed the Radio Star came on, because my mom was huge into music, so as I ran around the house, there was always Elvis.
Music on.
There was always
same
music.
With, same with
records
my family.
playing in
Yep.
my house. Always.
Did your folks have the big stack with like the
Nope.
record player and the cassette deck?
That was my uncle. My
No.
uncle bought a
We
CD
had-
player when it came out for like $700.
No.
He still has reel-to-reels.
Oh no, what my mom had was a modified Victrola cabinet.
Holy cow!
So we had a cabinet.
Oh, this
Instead
is
of having the
good
record,
talk.
it had the record player in the top. That worked, But then the bottom half of the cabinet had an old tube radio that connected to, like, the record player had been replaced. So that it had a more modern record player in it that connected to that radio that had 2 KLH speakers. So, and if anybody knows anything about audio, KLH is like the fucking shit.
Yeah.
I had 2 KLH speakers outside of that. So the Victrola cabinet, it's a cabinet. It has 2 big doors on the front. It has 2 smaller doors on the top, and then the top lifts up.
Yep.
So the record player was in the top. In the smaller doors that opened up was a cassette player. Those RCA'd down to the radio. And then from there, you chose record, cassette or whatever.
Auxiliary.
Auxiliary. And I had nothing like...
So this right here is a wood... you guys can't really see it.
It's a wood console TV.
Wood console TV that's on with the Super Nintendo playing, but also the NES, the boombox with 5 speaker surround sound.
Yeah.
With a 5-disc changer and 2 cassettes. On top is a DVD VCR combo and a Walkman on top of that. And if you look close, my little tube of Pogs.
Yeah, that's
everything works. It's all from our original childhood.
That's amazing.
Well, the
Sorry, I didn't interrupt.
No, you're fine. That is
amazing.
That's appropriate. So we had like this whole setup, and then from there, like we always had stuff on. Like my mom would play Elvis Presley records. She would play Cheech and Chong records. She would play the Boston, Europe, all the continents.
Bill Cosby himself.
Africa,
Boston, everything.
Canada,
Canada, Kansas.
That's a killer album.
And
Boston self-titled.
So
amazing.
We listened to all of it. So that's what I grew up with. So when MTV started, my mom made sure that we had a cable box to get MTV, and she had turned the dial to whatever it was, because the dial went from literally 0 to 100.
I was about to say,
it was like chunk, 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 chunk. So
I feel like it was like in the 60s. It was either 32 or in the 60s.
Yeah.
It depends on your provider.
Yeah.
Whatever it was, we had it turned on, and when that song came on, that was the first music video I ever saw was Video Killed the Radio Star on MTV by the Bangles. The next one after that...
No, that was the Buggles.
Or
whatever.
Buggles, Bangles. But
okay, Google.
The next song after that...
Who sang Video Killed the Radio Star?
Doesn't like you.
Video Killed the Radio Star was recorded by the Buggles.
Buggles.
Good for you, old guy.
Bangles.
Yeah.
I'm either way.
Yeah.
But the next video I remember after that was the oh fuck! It's the one where they talk about appliance
Dire Straits.
Dire Straits.
Money for Nothing.
Money for Nothing. So that was the next video I remember. I don't know if it was the video.
We should do a
that.
trivia night.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if there's video after that, but that's the next video that I remember on
seeing.
MTV.
What was your first music video you saw, Mike?
I don't remember what my first music video was.
You want more?
No, don't. I'm going to make an old-fashioned out of the Black Butte.
Okay.
Well, then hurry your story up. Jeez.
I don't remember
Martelle thirsty.
what my first video
I'm enjoying
was.
myself.
I remembered the Michael Jackson Thriller video.
Oh yes.
Because
I would watch that, and my sister would get. I would watch that to terrify my sister.
I was the opposite end. Like, I used to sleep in the top floor of my house, right across, like, one door away from the attic.
Yeah.
And I just remember, and I was being babysat the night.
He had to sleep on the third floor.
Yeah, I remember I was
bed.
being babysat the night that came out, and I snuck downstairs to watch the video.
He's like looking through the banister.
Pretty much. And the whole werewolf thing, and I went back upstairs.
Wide-eyed.
Wide-eyed.
Oh, fuck.
Wet his bed. Now, he was 32 when
And
that happened.
Vincent Price's voice.
Yeah.
Amazing.
So, you were born in 80. When were you born?
75.
Okay. Wow.
You're a baby considered.
So, I was born in 83, so a little younger. The first, and this will age me. The first one I know I probably knew of or saw more before this, but the first one I vividly remember, my cousin got a 65-inch TV, and we're talking the biggins.
With the
CRT.
the RGB
With
projector?
Big,
or
giant
they just
projector. The biggins.
Okay.
The ones that's just as deep as it was wide.
Yeah, exactly.
And they took it to his basement. I remember getting moved down there.
Yeah.
And they had
Like
they
four
had the
guys.
Mercedes car VCR rewinder. Like they were classy.
Yeah.
And the first video ever, I went to his house after school one day, and this is going to date me, but a new album just dropped by Metallica. And Enter Sandman came on.
Oh,
Goddamn, I was in middle school.
Yeah.
the Black Album.
The Black Album.
The Black Album, yeah.
And Enter Sandman came on, and ever since then, I was like, terrified, but like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
And I was a Metallica fan ever since. I don't care what anybody says about them.
Metallica
I don't
is
care about
good.
their bad stuff. I don't care about any.
Prior to their Napster bullshit.
yeah.
That was
anything
that was
after-
just Lars.
yeah. That
Anything,
was,
well,
And a lot of their stuff, like when I look back at it and you see their mess ups, like Kirk Hammett's botched guitar solos and
that I don't
dude,
give
some of the
shit
new stuff
about.
they did.
anything after. So if you look at pre-Napster, they're good. Anything post-Napster,
like I love.
They had some good songs. Nothing near
yes.
the Black
Good
Album. The Black
songs.
Album was their peak.
ugh.
After the Black Albums where it started, you kind of did this, but it went down.
Yeah, it was like, oh, that's a good song.
yeah.
And then there's like,
Like when Saint Anger came out, I remember the hate, the
as we're
bitch
talking
rail
about
people
this,
had for Saint Anger.
if I can find, because I have the whole like Lars going after Napster like animations
oh yeah,
those are
where he like
amazing.
crawled up around the fucking screen
Yeah.
like fucking Napster, we're gonna take you down. If I can
good
find those
times.
videos,
I remember.
let's,
may
let's
throw
watch
them
that
in
and then
there.
watch some celebrity death match.
That was the best.
The good days.
I remember.
But that video with all the flashing images and
Yeah.
with Hetfield's voice
Yeah.
and the imagery in that video, it was like forever changed how I thought about music.
Well,
Dude,
Lars
Ride
is
the
still
Lightning.
a fucking douchebag.
Lars? Yeah. I'll give
No,
you that.
I just I
Hatfield
remember
just went
watching
along
the
with it. He's like,
documentaries and everything else.
The one thing-
and how bad he was, and like James Hetfield just getting so fucking frustrated.
Here's the thing.
with him.
Lars is phenomenal with the double kick. He pioneered a lot of stuff.
100%.
He needs his mouth sewn shut.
But that's where it stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does need his mouth sewn shut. If he would just shut up and play the double kick, that's his thing.
Which
That's his
would
gig.
just-
It's not the
was
best drumming.
Pioneering in speed metal.
Exactly. But once they got on in age, I mean Cliff Burton dying as a bassist was a big deal to me. I remember
sure.
him dying and I was young.
Yep.
My mom played bass my whole life. So
Bass was always my favorite.
so
I started
what's
to play
the
bass,
best?
but then I gave up.
Same.
I could play Green Days when I come around.
I was about to say I started to play bass, and the
guy.
guy who lent me the bass left all his equipment in the car, and it got stolen. He was like, "Hey man, I need my bass back."
Well, that leads
Like,
to where I'm
well,
going.
that's-
So
I stole it.
what I loved about Metallica, so they've been playing for decades. Jason Newsted's out. They need a new bassist.
oh,
They get Robert Trujillo.
oh,
Phenomenal
he's-
bassist.
dude.
Did you watch when they brought him
Suicidal
in?
Tendencies. I was always a fan of Suicidal
Yeah.
Tendencies and Infectious.
But did you
Grooves.
watch the meeting? Have you ever seen the footage of the meeting with him when he came in? He just like, dude, like, and he'd already had a good pedigree before. He goes, "I'm honored to be part of this." Blah blah blah. And Hetfield goes, "Okay, we're going to do this." And blah blah. And they're setting out the parameters of who you are in the band, how much you owe to this band that's been established since the '80s.
Yep.
We're talking 2000s now. They said, and he's like, "Whatever. I'm in it. Whatever
Yeah.
you guys say."
What do
I'm
you
in."
What do you want?
They give him 0.25% of the band, of all profits and everything. He goes, "Whoa, that's too much." He goes, "You're 1/4 of this band. If you're part of us, you're part of us." And I was like, that for a band of their caliber at that time, they could have gotten
that's
anybody.
Oh, yeah.
They said, "We're giving you 5%. We're giving you what, they could have offered him anything.
Yeah,
He'd have been in.
and he would have
because-
been in.
But not only that, the stolen bass issue. Here's the thing where I fell in even more love with Trujillo. He found Jocko, my favorite bassist of all time. Jocko Pastorius. If you
Pastorius.
don't know him, look him up. You're an idiot
He's
if you don't know
amazing.
him. He's my all-time favorite. Trujillo found the bass of Doom in a pawn shop. The fabled bass of Doom that was stolen from Jocko when he was asleep on a park bench because Jocko was all about the music. He did not care
Yeah.
about fame or money.
Yep.
Fell asleep, bass gets stolen, missing for a decade, 2 decades, whatever it was. Trujillo finds it. What's he do? He pays the price because the people knew what they had once it was found.
Yeah.
And then he immediately, for free, gives it back to the family.
Yep.
He earned so much of my respect doing
Yeah.
it.
100%.
Well, and that's the thing. Like he kind of should have.
No, but
He
I mean,
should have, but he,
he
didn't
should
have
have,
to.
He
but
didn't
so
have
many
to.
people wouldn't.
That's
see,
see, like when I
difference.
look at Bono, I hate you two so much. I hate you two
I
with a passion.
fucking
I'm-
hate
I'm
you
with
two.
Them and all 3 chords they know.
Yeah.
And their alter egos and giving themselves
Yeah,
names.
like
fuck 'em all.
the Edge
But
and his like,
Bono stands in front of a crowd where he made millions to show up and all the tickets and merch sell. with his sunglasses that cost more than anybody's house in the crowd
him.
and says, you guys need to donate money to the poor.
Global warming.
Shut up.
Here we
Yeah.
go. We're gonna play.
Put your now. I know he's done something.
Everybody be quiet.
All the YouTube fans have told me like,
Fuck
oh
him.
well, he
Every
donates.
second
I
we're
don't give a
quiet,
fuck.
another like lake dries up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
like-
give a fuck
Like,
about.
but here's the
Bono
thing: like,
and
I get
anything
he's done a
from
little,
YouTube.
but don't go get on your high horse and tell somebody who makes minimum wage to donate when you are charging them astronomical amounts to come see you.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Fuck
You
him.
want to really give to charity? Say, hey, every one of you bought a ticket, paid X amount. We made this much money, and it's all going to this.
Like
So you guys are
put
talking
your money
about
where your mouth
basis,
is.
though.
I
No one. I don't give a fuck who you are. Is going to beat Les Claypool.
oh, I love Les. I
Nope,
I
nope.
love the fact that
Nope.
Les
Les Claypool is the
auditioned for Metallica. And
is
they're
the
like,
best
dude.
fucking bassist walking around. I don't give a shit who you name because I'm not going to know who they are.
Yeah, you will.
Nope. Les Claypool.
I love
is
Les.
the best fucking because he doesn't give a shit.
If you said Les is the best bass player alive,
nope.
yeah, no,
I agree.
I would agree. He is the best
Jocko is
bass-
my number one. If you don't really study Jocko's,
top.
I don't
No,
study
I'm not saying. No, I know you don't. I'm saying in general. If you do not study Jocko
Jocko Pastorius
as a
is
person
amazing.
and listen to his whole catalog with and without Weather Report,
Amazing.
it's hard for me to say that you have a full understanding of
Oh no,
all
I
bases.
don't.
No.
But let me
no,
finish. That being said, Claypool's easily my number 2, maybe 3. Maybe
is-
3.
he
Him
is-
and Vic Wooten are
Victor
my top
Wooten.
3.
I was about to say
listening to Les the other day just because I was working in the old office.
And
Now, when you
like-
say who
figuring
could
shit out.
slap the best, number 1.
yeah.
Oh, Claypool is
And
He's-
not only
him
slap
and-
the best, but
in Westmoreland.
the
fact that they can't
one-
get along.
one
drives
of
me
the
insane.
most versatile bass players.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like bass banjo, upright, whatever.
I'd say the same about Wooten, though.
My name is Mud.
My problem,
Yes.
my problem with Victor Wooten is when he went solo. His solo albums are great until he sings.
But I'm judging bass.
Yeah,
ability.
no, like bass alone, Victor Wooten's great.
That's like saying
Bela
Flea's a
Fleck-
great bass player, but he sucks at singing. Well, yeah.
Yeah, like Bela
Flea's a
Fleck-
phenomenal bass player. Like Tom Morello. Tom Morello did
he's
stuff
a
that no
decent actor,
guitarist
too.
ever did.
Yeah.
And hasn't done since.
It's-
They've replicated it, but they didn't pioneer it like he did.
No, like
no,
I
but he was
agree
one
with
of the
that.
first guys, like Hendrix, to grab the fucking cord, like the actual plug of the cord, and run it down the fucking
Yep.
strings.
Not only that,
to-
my favorite was the interview, and you can find it on YouTube because I watch it every so often, where they ask him about his pedal board, and he goes, "What pedal board?"
He's like, "Oh, yeah,
that
he
dude
does-
learned how to kneel in front of his amp to get the feedback he wanted,
Yep.
and how far he needs to be, and how he needs to angle his,
No,
his
he-
guitar.
well, he's brilliant outside of guitar playing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I would say Les is in my top 3. He's probably my number 2. But it's tough. Jocko is hands down my number 1 all around.
Yeah, like
Now,
Jocko.
if you want to split up styles, that gets different.
yeah,
But if you
there's
say
Jocko,
top
there's
bases,
Les, there's Wooten, there's Geddy Lee, there's
Getty, yeah, he's
like,
top 5.
Yeah,
Flea's still up there.
Flea's
Flea's still
also
up there.
brilliant.
He's so
Like he went to the Berklee School of Music for jazz trumpet.
exactly.
and he's
but see, that's stuff people don't know. If
Right,
You don't,
he's
if you just listen to
excellent.
me, you go, okay, he's good.
Yeah.
There's more
No.
to these people.
Yeah.
What they do
Alright.
is truly an art.
I retract what I said. I said Wes Borland. Wes Borland is not.
Is the guitar
he's
player
not
for
a bassist.
Limp Bizkit.
I know
well,
what you
he's
meant.
not only a guitarist for Limp Bizkit. He has his own like little side thing
Yep.
that he does, which is so fucking weird.
Yeah.
That
Like I
love it.
appreciate weird,
But
so
Number 1 all-time musician. Who is it? Your number 1. I'm saying favorite. Not who's the best. Who's your favorite?
My favorite.
If you had to listen to one artist in everything they've ever done, you have one artist.
I already know.
Every band they played with, every solo they did, you
Yep.
get one to listen to the rest of your life, and that's it. Who would you pick?
You say artists? Are we talking?
Any music?
Has to be like a singular person or a singular group.
I was thinking person because
Person.
different people
Okay.
do different projects.
All right.
We can do group next because I love that talk too. But number 1 artist, because some of these guys like Trujillo's played through for several good bands.
Many good bands.
Jocko played for many good.
I am not well versed in the artist.
Fair.
So like Steely Dan's great.
Yeah.
Wes Borland, like his
I-
projects
I
are great.
I love
Les
the
Cla-
Limp Bizkit.
Yeah, Les
like,
Claypool is
revival.
great. Wu-Tang Clan as a group
fantastic.
We know.
Fuck off. Like, you can't, like, but ODB or the Jizza or the RZA, they can
Ghostface
stand alone
Killah.
on their own.
Yep.
Like, they can all stand
Method
alone
Man,
on their own. Like,
100%.
they don't need the Wu-Tang Clan. Like, they jumped off from the Wu-Tang Clan. So if I had to go with somebody that...
One single person.
Easy answer for me.
Me too.
For me, I mean, like I said, my music's simplistic, but I listen to fucking everything. I listen
Same.
to
You
everything
do.
from Bach all the way up through Einstein to...
Man, you're going way back.
I know, right?
Way back in your
Wein-
Maybach.
And
Yeah.
Einstein didn't make
Damn
music.
it, you beat me to it.
Fuckers.
The only thing
Einstein
I'm
didn't
fast
make
at is
music.
quips. Give me one artist.
I'd probably go with Hendrix.
That's a good one.
I mean, I would probably go with
Because he
Hendrix.
could do anything with anybody and be good.
He played
Everything he
the-
ever did was good.
He played the guitar backwards and no one
the-
since then.
Nobody set their
before him-
guitar on fire and did this on his knees.
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
no one played
the theatrics?
a right-handed guitar, left-handed guitar, and prior to him, and no one after him has done it.
I shared a meme years ago. It's like, how good could this guy even have been? He's played the guitar upside down.
I mean, it's
But here's the thing with Hendrix. There was one time when something happened. He didn't have his guitar. It wasn't working. So he took a right-handed guitar, flipped it, didn't even restring it.
No,
and
he
still
just
played it.
Just
Played
played
it.
it.
And it's just like,
Like how
So-
the brain chemistry to make that work is crazy.
he just
dude, I've been
did
playing
it.
music since I was 6. Could I play a bass upside down? Sure. Could I play as well as I do right side up?
nope.
Nope. But
Not
like,
without practice.
I mean,
I've been paid technically on a professional basis. I've made thousands of dollars playing bass. I've been on albums that people never know me from, and that's fine. I couldn't touch what he's done.
no, and
Or
but
did. He's dead.
But the why I'm blanking on the lead singer of the Doors.
Jim Morrison.
Morrison was great, but he was great on the Doors.
Yeah.
I'd agree with you. Yeah.
I don't know that any of his
John
he
Lennon.
did some single stuff, but it's not fantastic.
So you're saying Hendrix, which is a solid.
I'm-
Honestly,
so
I did
I'm
not
going
think
with
you'd pick.
Hendrix.
I
No,
didn't think you'd
I-
pick Hendrix.
Nope.
I'd say that's
That's a solid pick.
that's it. Like
Who's your pick,
that's-
Mike?
Mike Patton.
Ooh,
100%.
don't
out
know
of
who that
pocket.
is.
Mike Patton.
I don't know. I know Mike Patton. I know a lot of his stuff, but I don't
Mike
know.
Patton, first off, he has one of the best octave ranges of any vocal anywhere. Faith No More, Mr. Bungle, Fantomas,
Well, I do like Epic
Tomahawk.
from Faith
He's
No More.
done
Yeah.
stuff with the Italian orchestras. He's done stuff with
See, and that's the thing.
So-
you get
so
an
here's the
eclectic.
thing.
yeah, like
span with him.
he's done
Well, just like if you say Hetfield because they did the
Everything.
orchestra, you get a variety.
Thinking
he's
about
done-
That's not mine, but
he's done
a-
solo albums. He's done stuff with producer.
just Google it.
Yeah, I will.
Don't hide your phone. It's fine.
So I want to kind of amend that.
A caveat, if you will.
A very, very close second, like Hendrix. And if Hendrix took a dick in the ass, it would be Ben Folds.
That's a
Like-
good one. That's a real good one.
Like that. Like if literally they were.
I would
nut
say
to butt,
that would be an underrated pick for a number one overall.
Ben's Fold. Like I listen to a lot of his shit too because the dude plays piano, he plays guitar, he plays everything. I've seen him live with the Columbus Symphony Orchestra.
Nice.
He is probably a super, if not like photo finish for me. That just for whatever it just clicked.
Just
that
hit you.
I-
Yeah.
like,
That's a good
Ben
one.
Folds is like
I'll say this, Martell.
one of
You
the
surprised
guys.
me with both your picks, especially Ben Folds. I didn't think you'd go
like I said, my music.
that. I would call that
selection
almost an unknown, depending on your age.
yeah,
An underrated.
like
yeah,
That is he is severely underrated. In our
Like-
time, maybe not as much. But
oh no,
today,
Ben Folds is still severely underrated
I was-
for what he does.
No, I agree. I'm just saying that most people our age at least know of him and know some of the stuff he's done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
people today want it.
I think
Hendrix still-
gets more clout than Ben Folds does,
Absolutely.
but Ben Folds is still alive and Hendrix is not.
yeah,
Yeah, but
And I think that may be part of it.
that's like saying some people's is Elvis. He's not alive, but you can't not respect what he did for music.
no, he did a lot.
And I'm talking he pioneered stuff like
He
one
was the
of one
first
of my
white
tops.
guy making black music and made money off of it.
It was that Memphis blues kind of thing.
I mean, Eminem was the only second to Elvis doing the exact same thing.
That's like Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson to me is one of those guys that spanned decades. It was relevant, or not? Well, Willie Nelson, but I meant Johnny Cash. Johnny Cash is one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah,
if somebody said you can only listen to Johnny Cash the rest of your life, I'd be like, okay, I wouldn't hate that.
I wouldn't hate it, but I would probably be in an asylum at some point.
Well,
like
if you only listen to one the rest of your life, any would probably put you in silent. But this is hypothetical.
But I could get away with listening to Ben Folds.
Yeah.
So let's go 1-to-1. I could listen to Ben Folds doing stuff for the rest of my life because he is so well versed in everything that he does. He literally went from, and not that Johnny maybe didn't have the opportunity or didn't do this. Ben went from having his own band, Ben Folds 5, to himself, to covering other people's shit, to doing work with orchestras, to doing soundtrack stuff, to doing
that's the same thing
this,
with
that, and the
that's
other.
the same thing with Mike Patton.
Where Johnny Cash was kind of
he did
you
the
got this blues rock,
but like
and
Yeah.
that's kind
Johnny
of where
Cash
he was rockabilly.
He was very
much-
cover album is absolutely
Which,
fantastic.
yes.
is the same thing with Jimmy. Jimmy did this.
But
hippie
when
rock.
I think Johnny too, I think of his early stuff
Yeah.
where he went, we only do gospel, and they said they said we need something more. What are you passionate about? And he went, fine. Here's what I hate.
Yeah.
Here's what I feel.
Right.
And he made
Wholesome.
his music came out of a passion
wholesome.
of
Yep.
I lost my brother due to an accident. My dad said it was my fault. He comes from a place of hurt, and when he finished his career with Hurt,
Oh.
when I first
Well,
heard
when he did Hurt,
when
which
I- when
was
he
the Nine
first-
Inch Nails
and
original.
not only the
cover.
beauty of him doing Hurt, yes, it was.
Yeah.
Like you
Mad props Trent Reznor.
you
'Cause Reznor doing is
felt
good,
but
that.
he
not only that, I
was
watched the
different.
video. I didn't hear it. I watched the video first, and they filmed it in his museum, which had been defunct for years.
Mm-hmm.
And there were old, dusty pictures and awards. And when he says, "You can take it all, my pile of dirt," he was surrounded by his pile of dirt,
Yep.
realizing I've lost the love of my life. I'm coming to the end. Look at all the stuff around me, and nobody gives two shits about it anymore.
Yeah.
You can take it all.
Hurt
I don't care anymore.
Rusty
And that was like,
Cage.
so he started his career decades ago from a place of I hurt. I lost my brother. My dad abused me emotionally because of that. And then he ends it with I hurt. I've lost the love of my life. I
Yep.
have nothing left to give. All of this stuff surrounding me right now, look at it.
It's all garbage.
yeah.
I'm one of the great. He didn't say it, but he could have said, I'm one of the greatest ever to do this, and nobody even cares anymore.
Yep.
Yeah.
When people would sell out to see him, they would fight to see him.
Yeah.
And he goes, the needle
I
tears
don't
a
have
hole.
it. Yep.
I'm done. I'm washed up. I've got nothing left. And I'm like, that's the best you've ever been, Johnny. Like, and then he passes away after that. And it's like, dude, so that's like, it's just a
Like-
different level to me.
Like you reminded me that Chris Cornell is up there
Oh,
for me.
Oh
too.
yeah.
Oh.
Chris
But like,
Cornell is
as
great.
like his version of Rusty Cage
Yes.
is
Yes.
amazing.
I feel like we could go on and on for like another 20 minutes and do
Can
a
we-
2-hour show on this.
yeah. 100%.
Like-
Like we could talk.
Well, I'm gonna,
we all
I think I'm
agree.
gonna, I think I'm going to top both of your picks.
okay.
And I'm probably never going to know the name.
Yeah. Oh, you'll know the
Yeah.
name.
Okay.
My number one favorite. No, not Flea. I do like Flea. I love Red Hot Chili. I love Red Hot Chili Peppers.
I just saw Anthony Kiedis. Side
He
note.
just saved people from a burning car and got hurt doing it, had to go to the hospital. That's
So,
respectable.
Side
and then
note,
there's
we
the whole
were-
like
we were-
pedophilia thing, but yeah,
we were at the local
Allegedly.
allegedly.
we were at the local pizza joint and Point Break
Domino's.
was on. No, Point Break was
Point
on.
Break,
Break.
nice.
With
Yes.
Keanu.
I watched
and
that
fucking
again
Gary
last year.
Busey and
Oh, that the
and-
original
and
was so
Kiedis
good.
was in that.
The remake, not bad, but
I didn't
not
watch
the
the remake.
original.
No, I will not watch the remake because the original is so good.
The
that
original
remake,
is
I don't need that ruined for me.
Stellar.
So Point Break was one of those movies I always heard about, never watched.
You need to watch the original one. The original one was
Let me
fantastic.
finish.
No.
So about it. The end, folks. Thanks for listening.
You just said I've never seen the original.
I had never.
but-
I had never watched.
Had.
I had
I
never
had-
watched.
I had
Had.
never watched the
there,
original.
There was a dot
So
dot
about
dot.
a year and a half, 2 years ago, I finally watched the original, and I went back and watched it again like a month later just to take it all in.
It's so good.
It's fantastic.
It's so good.
It's one of those ones that, like, I haven't watched Die Hard, and now it's become a joke.
Yeah.
Because every Christmas, everybody does the whole, it's a Christmas movie. And I'm like, no, it's not. And I show them reasons why. and I
Well,
screenshot
like,
where it's listed as an action.
I
I know, but it's just funny because I'll screenshot
And
15 places that
also,
say it's
and
an
also
action movie.
Bruce Willis saying it's not a Christmas
Right.
movie.
And then he said it is apparently, but whatever.
But
I just
Bruce
do it as
Willis
a joke.
Can't defend himself now.
Yeah.
No. But anyway, my number one, if I had to listen to one artist and everything they've been part of the rest of my life, hands down, it's Dave Grohl.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right up there too.
You get Nirvana to start off, followed up with Foo Fighters.
It's
and
weird
his,
Then
that-
Crooked Vultures.
and his individual stuff is
I was going to say, his
Fucking
solo stuff.
is
Well,
He plays
whole-
multiple instruments.
Oh no! Even better than
That-
all of that is the whole series that he does over Hanukkah
Yes.
with him and another guy, where they covered different songs throughout the entire
The 8 days.
8 days and nights of Hanukkah is fucking stellar. Dave
only
Grohl
that,
is
I love-
amazing, and even better than that, I just saw a video the other day. Foo Fighters, the actual name of Foo Fighters, and that whole thing, how that came about, was because of an Australian guy
Yes.
that he did not pick up while he was driving down some back fucking rural
Google
road.
the story.
Yeah, Google the story, because it came up. Like they posted like this guy talking about him walking down a rural road that no one should be driving down.
A what road?
Rural.
rural.
I can't say it, so.
Rural. Liz
Rural.
can't say it either. Rural road.
Neither can you.
Rural.
Rural.
Rural road.
You sound like an old truck trying to start up.
Because I am an old truck trying to start up.
Ribbon.
So there's a story, and it's actually going around the internet now, of an Australian guy who's walking down this rural road
This desolate road.
where Dave Grohl rents a car, and he just decides to go on a drive, and he passes this guy, and the guy's just like, he's like, I'm so far out, my car broke down, I was going to hitch back into town. And Dave Grohl fucking pulls up, and Dave Grohl's like, yeah, so I was driving, like I rented a car, and like I was driving down this road, and there's this guy standing out in the middle of the road, and he's just like thumbing, and like I stopped, and the guy's like, oh shit. He's like, but I was wearing, he's like, here's the thing, he's like, I was wearing this tie-dye like Kurt Cobain shirt. He goes, and Dave Grohl pulls up and sees me
That's
wearing
fucking
this
crazy.
shirt. He goes and he looks at me and he fucking takes off. He's like, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And he goes, and then it cuts to Dave Grohl, and Dave Grohl's like, I'm driving down this road, and he goes, and I pull up to this guy who's just standing. Like, he's like thumb out. He goes, and I pull up, and he goes, and I see Kurt Cobain's face in front of me. And he goes, and I fucking left the guy. He goes, and it reminded me that I had more work to do. Mm-hmm. He's like, and I left the guy fucking on the side of the road. He goes, to go back and write more shit. He goes, and that's how the Foo Fighters started.
And what I love about it is the first album, all Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All Dave. Have you
All
listened
Dave.
to Play?
Yes.
22 minutes of just
Yes.
Dave Grohl. It's so fucking
And
good.
fast forward to 2024. What I love about Dave, you can find compilations on YouTube. His concerts, when a fight breaks out, he kicks
He
them out.
stopped. Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Whoever,
he stopped.
whoever-
He-
especially who starts it.
Yeah.
But he'll stop, and then he falls on stage, breaks his leg. What's he do? Show's over. No, it's
Yeah.
not.
No.
Nope.
Bring out a big ass throne, and I'll sit here and finish the show with a broken leg.
Yeah.
Doesn't even get it fixed right away.
Yeah.
No. I mean,
Which would be
that's-
common sense, honestly. Like, you can't fault a guy for wanting to go get his broken leg handled.
No, but he just
And he just
finishes-
powers through.
He powers through it.
And then when
Dave is a close third for me. Like, he wasn't in
Yeah,
that.
he's right
that
up there.
rep-
oh, he's my number one.
But like thinking about it, like Jimmy is one. Ben Folds is like very much right in there. I mean, if there was a point where Ben will surpass Jimmy. Like Ben
Yeah.
hasn't put anything out new in a while.
It's like you have to pick the red pill or the blue pill. Either one's fine.
Either
I'm
one,
good with either
I'm
one.
fine
We're
with either
good.
one. Dave is like running. Like if he had a hard on,
He's
and
driving- he's driving
ran
past you
into
on the
Ben,
road.
Like Ben's going to be one, Dave's going to be two, and Jimmy gets pushed back because
Yeah, I love everything
Of
about Dave Grohl's whole
velocity.
story.
Yeah, like the first time I heard Play, I was driving to work and the song never ended.
Yeah.
I was just like,
It was almost like a
Holy
jam
fucking
session.
shit.
Yeah.
It's almost like a fish jam session.
Well,
it is.
If you listen to Jocko, some of his solo stuff, or when he's just on stage. I'll have to send you guys a video. And Martelle, you might not appreciate it.
I appreciate a lot of the things
But
you guys send unless it's on TikTok.
Fair.
I get that.
One of his videos though, where he's just free balling on stage, not literally, but free flowing and just riffing, is at the time he did it. He did this so much earlier than anybody else.
Yep.
I went, how? How did you? What made you think of that? What made you try to combine that with this? He was using a loop station before people knew what loop stations were, and making his own music.
Yeah.
He didn't need anybody else with him. And it's just people like that they're not just music icons, they're music forefathers. They're game changers.
Visionaries.
Yeah.
People like Elvis. People like so many people hate the Beatles. Their music sucks. But
I don't hate the Beatles,
I know,
but
but
I'm not
so many people don't like the Beatles. But and I respect that. But I also respect what the Beatles did for music.
Yep.
Oh no, they
for the
did
culture.
it fantastic. Like so,
And I would say the same for Hendrix. I would say the same for Patton. I'd say the same for Ben Folds.
Yep.
I would say the same for Dave Grohl, especially more modern.
Yep.
yeah. In college, I took
Johnny bridged a lot of gaps.
Mm-hmm.
He went from gospel to more of a country, then full on rockabilly.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he kind of pioneered rockabilly and made it what it was. Waylon Jennings,
It's
straight
just the
country.
good old boys.
Waylon Jennings Jr., the second.
They don't mean no harm.
Waylon Jr. changed what his father did.
Mm-hmm.
He took it and made it gritty and real.
Well, so like the Beatles, for instance, I took a class in college solely based around the Beatles. I'm not a Beatles fan, but I did learn a shitload about like how they changed music as we know it today.
Yeah.
I'm still just like, I don't give a shit about Hey Jude or any Yellow Submarine or any of the other stuff they put out. Some of the stuff I can listen to.
I can listen to most of the Beatles, especially before
But
they went Yoko.
fucking ruined.
Oh, yeah.
Before
the
they went
Beatles.
long-haired hippie, before they were fans.
And her music is trash.
That's like when the Beach Boys hung out, when Brian Wilson hung out with Charles Manson.
Yeah.
Things changed.
Yeah.
Things
Well,
changed.
Yeah.
Manson was.
Have you listened to Charles Manson's music?
Manson
Yes.
was he was
So I read
a product
Helter
of the
Skelter.
CEA.
I read Helter Skelter way early in my life.
Yeah.
Was kind of fascinated with Charles Manson, not as a person, but as a story. Like,
Yeah.
it's like one of those early cult stories.
Yeah.
Nobody knows that.
Well,
Before these days in the internet,
Yeah.
would you have ever thought he had any connection to the Beach Boys?
well,
These LA surfer dudes singing about
Manson-
their Corvettes.
But that's where he
and-
was.
Manson.
No,
was
he was,
yeah.
but you would have
Man-
never connected the two.
Nope.
Manson's a product of the CIA and
Psychosis.
psychosis
Yeah.
and
Lot of drugs.
A lot of drugs. Like
So many.
How many times did I
he
mean? You
got
read
a-
Helter Skelter. How many times did Manson go to jail and was out like
And
the
then he
next
got a
day?
what?
Because of he like the CIA was like, all right, he's out, and here's more LSD
Yeah.
to do your thing.
Well,
Like it was.
It's
we're not a conspiracy or a weird, dark, and mysterious
That's
podcast.
not even conspiracy.
It's-
No,
That
but I'm
is-
saying if we were, I
it's
could go
such a
deep
fact.
into that because I've studied him
He
for
is,
20
it's
years.
such a fascinating story.
I should have done what I originally intended to do and gone to school for criminal psychology because it fascinates me.
You don't need
Yeah.
to do that anymore. There are
I said I
there are
should've.
true crime podcasts you
Yeah.
can listen to.
You think I don't? You want to
Yeah.
see my
No, I
podcast
know
list?
what you listen to.
You want to see all my podcast lists?
It's not us.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
We're not that interesting. Those
Yeah.
guys are.
I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
But-
for sure. Like
but
Charles Manson is
Looking
a
at the way these stories are
fascinating
intertwined,
cultural.
though. I watch Kill Tony every week.
yeah.
Kill Tony does it for those of you that don't know. He has regulars
It's a-
on there.
it's a
He's
Monday
got comedians.
podcast.
It's a Monday
It's
podcast. They do it live.
2 hours.
They were just actually Friday. They released an episode where they were at Madison Square Gardens.
Yeah, well, that's the special.
That's
yeah.
a special. But they pull from a bucket random names. They meet new comedians, give them a chance.
Crazy.
300 comedians.
Over
sign up
300
for
this time.
this
The
shit.
first episode they had 12.
Yeah. Now they're at
Now they're in
300.
their own like theater. And
No,
they have-
you're using Joe Rogan's mothership.
Yeah.
Which
it's a theater.
if I'm ever in Austin, like
Would
if I
go.
know,
You
Would
better
go.
go
I'm
and
getting
get tickets in
tickets.
advance.
Yeah.
well, no, that's what I'm saying.
They're
Like, I'll-
impossible to get almost.
if I know that I'm going to be at the like in Austin
Yeah.
6 months prior,
Absolutely.
I'm going to get tickets
It's like trying
for
to get
one.
tickets to Blue Man's Group. You don't just go to New York and
Yeah.
expect to walk up and
Yeah.
get a set.
Like I'm going to make sure that I get tickets for Kill Tony and just a random day at the mothership because anybody can show up. You
At
can get
any
Ron
time.
White. You could get Dave Chappelle.
Ron White.
You could get Shane McGillis. You
Yep.
can get
Anybody.
Just
Norm
Shane
Macdonald.
Gillis. He's not that Irish. He went to
Norm
Notre Dame,
Macdonald's
but
dead, but
Who
Shane
got
Gillis is fucking
smoked this
hilarious.
week?
he's so good.
He's so goddamn
Do
fucking hilarious.
Notre Dame got crushed
This week.
Yeah.
Last
Yeah.
week he was on College Game Day and they won, and then this week they had not.
This
no
week
bueno.
they paid
All right.
$1.5 million to lose.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are. We're
got
at
it,
almost
got
2
it.
hours on this show.
Oh, let's wrap it up.
Yeah, we should wrap it up.
All right, so hey, we covered.
Go to TwoBitchSpirits.com.
So yeah, no. Do not go to Two Bitch.
Don't go to
Spirits.
Two Bitch Spirits.
So I want to clarify because this came up. The only way that our affiliation works is if they go through our link. So I just posted a new thing today for Bourbon
saw
Heritage
that.
Month.
Munch.
He's
Minch.
hungry too.
I am a little
He's a
hungry.
real munch.
For Bourbon Heritage Month. But if you use Gold 25, you get $25 off any orders
$100
over
order.
$100. But hit our Instagram, check the link in our bio. If you hit up
Facebook.
there's a link in our bio there as well. Use that link and then use Gold 25 for your $25 off. In any other circumstance, it does not work. Like if you use Gold 25, we don't see any of that. Like
And we're trying, folks.
I'm trying. Like
Yeah.
it's like I think I'm gonna reach out after a conversation I had with Corey because Corey promoted us on his most recent show. Like, hey, use Gold 25. I'm like, no.
Just
that doesn't work.
send them to us and then
You
use.
have to use this link. Like,
Yeah.
Corey,
so-
send us both your listeners.
So I may reach out to Joe and Lauren after and see if we can't get like a BPC 25
It's something.
that they can change however they want, but it's always going to be BPC 25,
Yeah.
whether it's $25 off and free shipping
Or whatever
I
it
think they
is.
do free shipping over $150 anyway. But if you were to use like BPC 25, you would get $25 off an order
BHP.
over.
We're working on it. Is what he's saying.
So I need to talk to
Buck
them
25.
to get us away from the actual affiliate link.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Because the link itself is what ties back to the affiliation.
Yeah.
Whether you use the promo code has no bearing whatsoever.
So you got to use the link.
So you have to use the link.
So check out our socials.
So check out our socials, Facebook and Instagram. There's a link there. There's a link in our bio. I have a link tree that is set up for, if you want to just donate me money, that's fine too. Because I have my Venmo set up in there.
We're not opposed
So-
to that.
So, but there's a
No,
link
it turns
tree.
into more whiskey for me.
Yeah, there's a link tree in our bio. There's a
We'll
link
pour out for you.
straight to 2Bitch. Use Gold 25 as the promo code to get $25 off
While using our link.
while using our link.
It's one of our most enjoyable podcasts.
Oh my god, that was so
Dude,
goddamn good.
6+ years.
It was so good. Even Lauren come by. She's like, "We've listened to the show like more than." I'm like, "Yes,
Right? I saw that. I'm like, thank you
yes,"
so much.
because we
Awesome.
talked about before they came on, and I never got the chance to ask after they come on, and then we ended the show. And
Well,
did,
and
like,
some
a
of the
quick,
comments on their
like,
socials were like, "Hey, just listen, great." I'm like, "Good."
So
Good.
here's the thing. So, and this is not bad press for Joe and Lauren. They did a sponsored post for the post that they put out
Yeah.
for the YouTube link.
Like, which is
straight to us.
huge.
It's got almost 200 likes on it. Like, I know that's, oh my God, 200 likes, whatever.
That's
For
great
us, that's great.
yeah.
So they've gotten, but the conversion on that has not been great. So we're
It's really easy to click
when
the
I-
like button.
not even click a like button. Click the link.
No, I'm saying it's
listen
just
to the show.
It's easier to do that
Yeah.
and not follow through
So-
with anything.
So the conversion rate has been like 200 shows, and when I checked it this morning before I left, we were at 62 views. But by the time it trails off at like halfway through the show, it's like 33% are still following the show, and then when you get to the end, it's like 3%. So just because I want to be transparent about what we're doing and the numbers we're seeing through here. So like the show, I mean, obviously go to 2Bitch.
Yeah.
Like,
Because they just make quality
they
product.
make quality shit. Like we left the show, like I was trying to order it on the show. I didn't order it till I got home, and I used our link. I saw what came through. I'm like, well, I'm getting that money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, buddy. But it's use the link. Order their stuff.
Their product is
their product
fantastic.
is amazing,
And they're doing great things. Too.
I mean, they're the official bourbon of the AKC.
Which I saw a comment where somebody said, "Hey, I'm coming here because I saw you guys are affiliated
saw
with
that
AKC."
too.
Yeah, like we're
which is crazy.
They're
Yeah.
the affiliate. They're the official bourbon of the AKC, and that's the American Kennel Club for those who are like, what? The
Which
AKC,
is like,
what?
and I
Like,
know everything is sponsored anymore.
Yeah.
But like the mind blowing aspect of like, Bitch Bourbon, the official sponsor of.
right. And that. Well,
And
when,
it's the only time where like saying bitch is appropriate.
Yes.
In those circumstances.
and like I said during that show, like the reason that I initially bought them was because of the glitchy name of Two Bitch.
And like I pointed
But-
out, like that's a great way to bring people in, whether it's like intentional or not. But if you offer that quality product, it brings people back.
Yeah, absolutely. It brings everybody back. I mean, I have not had a bad bottle of whiskey from them.
Never.
And my bottle
One of
shows
my
up
favorite-
on Tuesday.
One of my favorite comments, because we always make fun of Bland's and the horsey corks, was somebody saw the picture where I made the barrel stave handle for you.
Yeah.
And they were like, "Does the cork come with the bottle?" I was like, "Awesome.
Yeah.
Good marketing.
Yep.
Good packaging."
Yeah,
Yep.
like
And she was like, "Yep, every Pack Leader Reserve comes with that cork."
comes with that cork. Like it is. It
it's
is
a great looking
stout-ass
bottle.
cork. It is a great cork.
And
Now-
that and
Now
that,
I wish I did better on that cleaver.
I was about to say
That cleaver is fantastic. I need to get
the
it
cleaver's
sharpened.
amazing.
I mean,
and that
it
opens
is,
up
but I was like,
possibilities. For
Man,
them,
had I
too.
known, 2
That-
years down the road or whatever.
There's a story behind that
That,
cleaver
like-
that only Randy knows. I
Yeah,
think at this
right.
point, and anybody who's listened to earlier shows, my mom she had beat me with that cleaver.
Yeah.
Like turned it sideways and smacked my ass with the broadside of that cleaver.
Oh,
and that is
mine-
the only reason I have ever kept it.
For me, it was always a red plastic Betty Crocker spoon.
I got the Betty Crocker spoon. I
Belts,
got the
man.
cleaver. I got whatever was in
Arm
my
reach.
mom's reach when she was holding on to me as I'm trying to run.
One of the
My mom just grabbed my dad.
one of my most
Wait, he was
fearful
not home 'cause he was
moments
at
in my
work.
life is it was that red plastic Betty Crocker spoon, and she swung, and I dodged, and she hit the wall, and the spoon broke. And I have never felt fear in my life like I have at that moment.
When my mom broke a spoon over my ass, that was when I felt fear because she didn't have another wooden spoon.
So my cousin had that happen with a ping pong or a paddle ball paddle. Ooh. I don't mean the little plywood ones.
Oh no.
Like
This was the thick, painted, like does not break, and she broke it over him.
Yeah.
And I went, "Oh, he in trouble."
Oh,
and
yeah.
I sat there quiet as could be, like
Because you didn't want to get that.
my halo came out.
I am on the wall.
I'm like,
I
"Get
am-
him, Aunt Rhonda. He deserves it."
Whatever's next. You didn't want to. You
I
didn't
wasn't
want
part
any
of
of
it.
that.
I didn't do it.
My mom should have invested in wooden spoons because between my cousin and I,
Fuck.
You know what terrified
we
me
would
growing
break
up?
2-3 spoons a week.
Wooden spoons were bad, and my grandma, which she never took anything, goes, but Grandpa had a belt, and Grandpa had a quick draw belt. He done latch that thing and
Yep. Zip.
so. But on her
I'm
in her
gonna
dining
die.
room because we had a big family, so when everybody extended family came over, she had like one of those like 12-person table dining room things, and hanging on the wall was a giant like 5-foot long fork and spoon. Mm-hmm. And I saw that spoon, thinking one of these days she's gonna rip that
She's
off the
gonna
wall.
rip that
or
off the
half
wall.
it is. And it was like a 2x. It was like Hacksaw Jim Duggan spoon. It wasn't no wooden. You weren't breaking this spoon. You were
There's a
breaking bones.
carved
So-
out 2x4.
In the,
Dude, the top of the spoon's this big around.
Yeah.
2x4, no, that was a 2x12.
My
I'm
mom-
gonna die.
Oh,
my mom
was
spent
terrified of that thing.
upwards to $30 in the early 90s at Cedar Point.
that's when they were a quarter each.
Well, no, at Cedar Point.
I remember you telling this
So
story.
things were relatively, as we think of them today, were cheap. Like you play a fast pitch game, it was like a quarter. Now they're like $5, whatever. She spent $30 to win a paddle from Cedar Point
In order
in order to use that to hit my sister and I,
to beat your ass.
to beat my ass. To which my sister and I made that disappear, and it showed up. So we're still trying to
Just
figure
like
that
your
one
mom.
out.
Dun,
No, we're
dun,
still
dun.
we're trying to figure that shit out because in the one house we grew up in, and then after this we'll
Did you
finish
find
the
that
show.
in an attic?
It was like my bedroom had the access to the attic, and you walked up a flight of steps to the attic, which you could stand up, and it was like this in here. Like the ceilings were high, but the floor wasn't completely finished. There was tongue and groove flooring down, but when you got closer to the edge of the wall, there were gaps. We took that motherfucker and we flung it down those gaps between the joists of the floor. That shit showed up at the next house we moved to. And my sister and I lost our shit. Like, how the fuck? Because we purposely eliminated that from our lives.
Hid that shit.
And it showed up, and then it showed up at my grandmother's
That
house.
stuff's got some spirit. You got to burn it. You got to sacrifice
I don't think
it.
burning that shit would have gotten rid of it. Like, it was... That shit had its own fucking essence. Like, it literally had meat in the game.
Butt meat.
Yeah. From my sister, from my cousin Jason, from me, that shit lived. And it was possessed. Like, it was poltergeist.
All right, let's wrap it up. I
So-
stood up like 15 times
So
to Johnny's
check us out on
Hammered.
Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Insta, Google, Tubestagram.
We'll be back next week with another show. We've got new music.
We do.
Which
Yeah.
aired last week.
Yeah.
I should have synced it up a little better.
But so be it.
It's gonna.
We'll work on it.
I need to work on it.
Yeah.
Like, I'll have to
You know what I missed?
gap it out.
Me singing over it. I
Well,
don't
yeah,
need to again.
You're going to have to figure it out.
You'll have to figure it out.
Did you leave in where I said, let's start the show?
You said let's start the show, and then
And then it popped again.
5 seconds later, it's
It
like
said,
let's start the show, and it's just it goes right into the music.
so if you leave the let's start the show, I'm happy.
But I should have synced up the let's start the show with the let's start the show, and
Yeah.
and went
Well, this
that
episode
way.
will work then.
Well, this episode, I think what I'm going to do is this show will work perfect because there's no real banter before the show.
Right.
The previous show,
There was some
for
chit
those
chat.
that are already listened to last week's show, I'm gonna figure it out. Like I'll gap it so that the music plays, and then But it probably took me 2 or 3 hours to cut the right parts to get
To where?
what we wanted. What I think we need to
Yeah, once you get it, though,
do
it'll
the
be
show.
set.
Wait, it's done now. Like if
Oh,
you
there you
listen
go.
to the 2-bit show, it's like perfect. But there's still us talking. But I think I'm gonna nix the talking,
Figure it out.
and then
Yeah.
it'll go to the song, and then whether there's the video playing or not, like they just won't be able to hear us
Right.
having a
I agree.
conversation. So it'll work.
All right.
But that music is
None of you need to hear
Key.
any of that.
no. In all transparency,
Full transparency.
fuck you guys. We'll see you all next week.
Martell has one inverted nipple and one outie.
Macho Mike and Randy raise the glass. Living life, no future, no past. Alcohol that will yell, echoes in the dark. Whiskey podcasts like this.